spotted at the 40. FAMU hoping to start fast. Hand this one off. No, they're going to fake it and dump it off. Lots of running room down the sidelines. And how about this start for the Rattlers as Kamari Young takes it into Bulls territory.
Play action for the Rattlers. They pulled 2 guards. That triggered the USF defenders to come up and play the run. Watch the defenders come up and play that run with the pulling guards. Then they go to the opposite side of the field with the tight end, Young, slip him into open space.
This Rattlers offense, you blink, you may miss them. They are inside the 20-yard line. This is what Willie Simmons is known for. It's Shareed with his first catch. And this number 10, Shareed, certainly one to watch. There is a flag, though, in the backfield, so this one's going to come back.
Shareed's got a lot of speed. Had a touchdown last week. Had another touchdown called back by a penalty. And the Rattlers are interesting with their tempo. Willie Simmons likes to vary it up. Sometimes they'll take the play clock down to 1. Sometimes they'll go super fast.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 5. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
So surprisingly, that one's on the Bulls, and FAMU with a golden opportunity on their first drive.
The Rattlers are knocking on the door here. They've done a nice job in the passing game of moving the football. They were talking about before the game wanting to run the ball, but they come out with some play action and move it down the field. They're right here with a chance to score. Got to capitalize.
So the Rattlers a few plays ago with a 40-yard gain, and now they are on the doorstep of South Florida. Coming south to Tampa here, trying to get off to a great start. Jeremy, most of the preseason SWAC Offensive Player of the Year. He'll work out of the shotgun from the 9. Looking right, throws it near side. It's caught. These FAMU receivers are talented. Down to the 1-yard line. And that time it was Darian Oxendine making the grab.
USF in zone coverage, they were given a lot of cushion. Just a little screen pass, quick throw to Oxendine. He had a lot of room to work with.
FAMU will keep it on the ground. Bulls cannot stop the run. It's a touchdown. Just like that, Terrell Jennings into the end zone, and it's 6-0.
Jennings is a big back at 225 pounds. Rattlers got a couple big dudes in that backfield with Jennings and Yant. This time they go to Jennings, and he is tough to bring down in tight quarters like that.
So Florida A&M making an early statement. This extra point from Cameron Gillis is up and good. 7-0. FAMU marches right down the field. And they are up early on the South Florida Bulls. We'll be right back to Tampa in just a moment. So the Rattlers come out, make a statement. 6 plays, 78 yards on their first drive. And Patrick, they are on the board, but not surprising, you say.
The FAMU looked really good. I mean, they looked really good last week against Jackson State, being able to run the football well. They come out tonight with the play-action passing game, move it right down the field. This is a talented team. Don't sleep on the Rattlers because they have the ability to win this game. And how about Jeremy Musa on that drive? 4 for 4, 79 yards. He was operating the offense very well. They mixed in a little tempo to get USF off guard. Really nice drive to start the game.
Kelly Joyner back to receive for South Florida. Michael Smith, freshman from Tallahassee, to put it in the air for FAMU. See how the Bulls respond to that opening sequence. So it'll be a touchback. And it'll be the first series here for Byram Brown, the sophomore out of Raleigh, North Carolina. 160 yards on the ground last week against Western Kentucky. Remember, he played well last year against Tulsa and in that UCF game as well. Is he the guy of the future? That still remains to be seen.
We'll see how he does this year. I think Brown can certainly be the guy. He's very talented. Started his career completing his first 21 passes. Dangerous with his legs as well.
So the Bulls toss it out on first down. Going to get Brown going early, and it's up to the 30-yard line. As Jason Littlejohn, the tight end, is able to take it up. And this USF offense, they move exceptionally quick. Run it. And that's the game plan tonight. Just wear down this FAMU team. It's taken up by Naquan Wright, and he is a load to bring down.
Well, the Florida transfer, let's see if he kept his knee up here. He's tough to take down. Look at that contact balance. And they go so quick, we couldn't see it.
Brown eludes the attempt on the sack and takes it right up to the 45-yard line. This Bulls team, they will work probably faster than any team in the country.
They will. More than 3 plays per minute. They were 3rd in the country last week with that number.
Second down, call it 10. Keep it on the ground. Rattlers waiting for the run that time.
And there are so many little coaching points that the Bulls work on to go at this tempo. Even which official you give the football to after you get tackled. You want to give it to the umpire or the center judge and get it set quickly.
Stanley Mentor made the stop that time. And now Brown, 3rd and 11, is going to step up, take it himself. Can he get the edge? Yes, he will. First down, Bulls, and that'll get the crowd going here at Ray Jack.
That's the ability that Brown has to extend the play with his legs. And watch the block by number 1 coming in the left side of the screen. Joffrey Brown, the wide receiver, couldn't see him there, but he got Brown a block that allowed him to pick up the first down.
Fresh set of downs here for the Bulls. Brown in trouble, lofts it up, got a man, it's caught. Inside the 20, Sean Atkins, the reliable wide receiver, came down with it.
What a catch by Atkins, the former walk-on, laying it on the line for his team.
Right back to that line of scrimmage. Hand this one off. There's room inside the tackles and barreling to the 10. Naquan Wright once again. Let's take a look at the catch from Atkins one more time.
Watch Atkins here coming across the field. Look at the extension with the right hand. And he's able to get the left hand on it and reel it in.
From the 7 now. Brown, man in the flat. He's got him. Joffrey Brown into the end zone. And the Bulls strike right back.
The Bulls like to spread you out wide. They also like to use those condensed formations, create some space on the outside, little play action. Everyone's drawn in by the run. No one goes out with Joffrey Brown. He's got his 2nd touchdown catch of the season.
John Cannon on for the extra point. This to tie things up at 7 apiece. It's up and good. 8 plays, 75 yards. Is this offense exciting or what? South Florida, the home debut. They don't want to disappoint their fans for the first time here in 2023.
Subway refreshed their ingredients, their menu, and now they're slicing their meats fresh. That's why their new Subway Series subs are preferred by this champ.
And this future champ. Pros who are talking heads prefer fresh sliced turkey.
And pros who use their heads prefer fresh sliced ham.
More deli meats are preferred by this QB.
And preferred by his old backup QB.
And if we prefer it, we know you'll prefer it too. Is this slice as good as your tennis leg?
There you go! That's what I'm talking about!
Is this your plan to watch the game today?
Yeah, I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket.
It's not your best plan. But you know what it is? My plan from Verizon. Switch now and they'll give you NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on them.
This plan is amazing.
Another amazing plan? Backing away from here very slowly.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Football season is here. Get NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on us, a $449 value. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5, only on Verizon.
Keeping work processes on track can be a big challenge. When you have to keep everything connected, or chasing up work you can't see. But work can run smoother than that.
The American on ESPN, presented by VisitStPClearwater.com. It's game on in St. Pete and Clearwater. Proud supporter of the American and home to America's best beaches. Find all the action you're looking for at VisitStPClearwater.com. Beautiful downtown Tampa, and this football game so far looks like a track meet here at Raymond James Stadium. 7-all. As the Bulls set to kick it off. Brendan Farrell on the field. Can you believe what you have seen thus far, Patrick, in this football game?
I'm excited, Drew. We might see a ton of points tonight, and I love it.
Ball's going to be taken at the goal line. So the Rattlers with Marcus Riley. That ball popped out. South Florida says they've got it. Officials trying to sort things out. Still a bit of a scrum down there. Who came away with the football? It would be a huge momentum boost for South Florida, and they have got their first turnover here in 2023.
That's a huge play for the Bulls to put the offense in great field position. Big play by the special teams. And that was Mac Harris who came away with it, who forced it, popping it out with the left hand. Take a look at number 19 in green, coming in, popping it out with his left hand.
So the Bulls have the football at the 17-yard line. USF will run it one more time, trying to set it up right up the middle. Get short yardage, about a 2-yard gain. And stop right there, number 58. That's Anthony Dunn, Jr., very talented defensive lineman out of Sanford, Florida, with the play. Brown pump fakes one time, throws to the corner, and just overshot at that time.
Just a little bit off with the accuracy there. Not quite having the chemistry set up just yet with Naeem Simmons on those little back shoulder throws in the end zone.
Brown Stevens right there on the field, number 6, transfer from Minnesota. 3rd down and 7 now for the Bulls. Michael Dukes in the game, lines up to the right here of Byron Brown. South Florida's got to get to about the 7-yard line here to move those chains. Could be 4-down territory, though, if you are the Bulls. Set up that run off right tackle, and it's going to be Dukes. It's going to be about 2 yards shy here. What do you do here?
I'm going for it. You got that turnover. Seems like a game where there might be a lot of points scored. Be aggressive. Go for it. Try to put it in the end zone.
So that's what Coach Golish will do here. The crowd likes it. Why not? Nothing to lose. About 3 yards to go here on 4th down. They're going to give it to Dukes. He's going to power forward. Did he get to the sticks? Going to be close. I believe he did.
Looks like he got it. The Dukes got some help from the left side of the line. Andrew Kilfoyle, the guard, the Tampa native, with a good block.
So 1st and goal now for South Florida. This is Brown. Fakes the handoff, and that's the play they had scouted on film. It worked to perfection last week at Western Kentucky, and number 40, Dre Jones, was waiting for it.
Yeah, you see 40 coming in, reads that mesh, recognizes that Brown still has the football, and then you get a whole bunch of Rattlers diving on top.
Second down now. Dre Jones right there. Good-looking athlete, 6'4", 260 pounds. FAMU has so many players when they get off the bus. These guys are FBS caliber, no doubt. Here's Brown now, rolling left, surveying the field. And that one's incomplete. Everybody was covered pretty well. And it's going to bring up another third down for the Bulls.
Good coverage. Kamani King there on Sean Atkins. Not a whole lot of room for Brown to put that football, and ends up going out of bounds. I'd say it's still 4-down territory here for USF. Go to the ground here and then go for it on 4th down if you don't get in the end zone.
So trips to the left here for South Florida. Again, Brown working out of the gun. Takes his time, plenty of time. Gets out of the pocket now. Fakes it, and he's going to take off. He has got a touchdown.
That's when Byron Brown is at his best, when he can improvise, gets out of the pocket. Nothing's there. He makes something happen. Rolling to his left. Watch this pump fake here. Gets the defender up in the air, and that allows Brown to get the corner and get in the end zone.
John Cannon to make it 14-7. 7-play drive that time for South Florida. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They're off and running here in Tampa.
Look at the athleticism here from Brown. Keeps his eyes down the field. The pump fake, recognizes the run lanes there, and that's an easy score for the redshirt freshman.
So Byron Brown gets it done. I think the coaches, they really told us earlier this week, Patrick, they don't want number 17 to overthink it. Play fast, play with confidence. A couple times last week against Western Kentucky, some critical turnovers. Certainly want to eliminate those.
And the Hilltoppers were bringing a lot of pressure, some crazy blitzes last week. That rattled Brown a little bit. He started to see some ghosts get a little bit sped up by expecting that pressure to be there. They want to protect him early on, keep him calm, keep him composed, and let him have fun and do things like that when he's improvising and making plays.
1.5 points per minute for Alex Golish. That's pretty solid for the first-year South Florida head coach. He said, I think tonight we're going to be the hottest ticket in Tampa. Wants to eventually fill up this stadium. And South Florida, again, special teams stout as they're able to bring Marcus Riley down. As he gets to the 20, gets a little chippy down there on the field as well. Both of these teams, remember, a lot of these players, they know each other, played against each other in high school. And there's a lot of pride on the line here tonight.
A lot of flags flying there. And yeah, FAMU comes in as an underdog and an FCS team playing an FBS opponent, wanting to be hungry for a win, come out and fight. Yeah, there could be a little animosity at times.
Could be a situation where we just see offsetting penalties here. Kevin Patrick is on the field next to head coach Alex Golish. They're both talking about it. Let's get the call here.
There are fouls by both teams after the play. Sportsmanlike conduct. USF number 1. Sportsmanlike conduct. FAMU number 21. Both count towards their ejection, and they offset. It's first down.
So offsetting penalties there on both sides, trying to simmer down both of these teams. Emotions really high here in the home debut for the Bulls.
Especially when you have a game the way this one has started with a whole lot of scoring, the intensity ramps up pretty quickly.
So Jeremy Musa back at it. 6th-year college player. And the big running back takes it. That's Jaquez Yant. Talented running back out of Tallahassee. Let's take a look at the impact players tonight on both sides. Shareed and Yant for FAMU, Evans and Berryhill for South Florida.
A lot of speed for Shareed and Yant. Good combination of size and speed.
This ball going to be thrown away, incomplete. Nobody was open, and Musa just tossed it away. You know, usually when you've been at 4 schools in your collegiate career, that a lot of times means maybe the player's the issue, not the institutions, but that's not the case with Musa. The FAMU staff absolutely loves him.
And they say he's a great guy, very coachable, wants to be good, wants to be a leader, wants to help his teammates. He's been at Hawaii, been at a JUCO, been at Vanderbilt, and now he's finally in the same system 2 years in a row for the first time in his career.
He's got 3rd and 9 to work with here. Here comes the blitz. South Florida bringing pressure, and they were able to get to Musa that time. Laid a hit on him as well, so well done by the Bulls defense. They did that early and often last week at Western.
Michael Williams bringing the pressure for South Florida. That's what a Todd Orlando defense is going to do. They're going to show you some blitzes, some simulated pressures, bringing defenders from all over the place. And it's going to be key for FAMU tonight to get into the right protections and not turn anybody loose up the middle like they did there.
The former walk-on, Sean Atkins, to return this punt. Trey Wilhoit is back to punt it away for FAMU. It's a good kick, nice and high, and it'll be taken at the 34. Well done. Sean Atkins gets a block. No flags on the field, and he's going to be marked down near the 30-yard line. Well, there is one that just got thrown at the 45, so we'll check that one out. What did you see, Patrick?
Probably going to be a hold there with where that was thrown late in the return. Really nice run by Atkins, got a couple nice blocks.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 34. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down USF.
So they'll bring it back, but the energy right now flowing here in Tampa. 14-7. We'll be right back. pretty productive day on the ground last week in Western Kentucky. Brown, Wright, Dukes, and Powell all shining and just shy of 400 yards, 8th most in program history.
The offensive line did a great job for South Florida last week at Western Kentucky. The coaching staff loves this running back room. Wright, Dukes, and Powell certainly had themselves a game to start the year.
Michael Dukes starts the drive at running back. Byron Brown again working out the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. It'll be Dukes. And Dukes, first contact, surging forward, gets about 4 more up to the 29.
They have so much depth in this running back room at South Florida. They even moved a running back to receiver. Kelly Joyner is out there in the slot right now.
Brown tossing it near side. I'll tell you what, the blocking right now is on point, really, from both teams doing an exceptional job, but the Bulls able to move the chains.
And there's Joyner right there. He was playing running back a couple weeks ago. Now they've got him in the slot, catching little quick passes.
Kelly Joyner, his 5th season here at South Florida. Bulls will keep it on the ground. Right now, that middle is open. Dukes running right through it, and he's up to midfield. Number 2, able to make the stop, Javon Morgan for FAMU.
Zane Herring at right guard made a really nice block there, pulling around from his spot, leading the way, but we'll have to check this flag.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense number 28. 15-yard penalty to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Johnny Chaney Jr., the running back. There he is right in the right side of the screen. You see the hands up on the face. I believe that was Herring that made that nice block on him. He blocked him so well that he had to put the hands up on his face mask to try to get off the block.
Right now, these Bulls are moving it. You see the tight end, Gunnar Greenwald, lined up right in front of Brown. 1st and 10. South Florida as they continue to churn yards up. And, you know, we're midway through the first quarter. This is the 3rd possession. We know college football games are shorter this year, more of an on-running clock, but this is how you kind of negate that, running as many plays as possible.
Yeah, when you're going as fast as the Bulls are, you're going to get a ton of possessions no matter what the clock rules are.
So it's 2nd down and 11 here after the 1-yard loss. And Brown fakes it, lofts it, over the middle. That one's trouble, and it's incomplete. Threw into double coverage. That time was looking for his wideout. And for Brown, it's the first incompletion he's had in a while.
Florida A&M all over it. Good coverage by Winsome Frazier, and then Javen Morgan coming over from his safety spot. Had a chance at a pick there, but couldn't track it down.
3rd down and 11 here. South Florida has scored both times that they have had the football. They'll run trips to the right and send Dukes in motion, making FAMU cover every inch of this field. They're going to chip away, get about 3 to 4 yards here up to the 33-yard line. And now what do you do?
I say you go for it. I think that's the thought with making that call, going with the little tunnel screen. Just get a few yards and go for it on 4th down, make it more manageable.
Waste no time here. Brown trying to draw that FAMU front offside. And now the Bulls will take a deep breath. Jaden Alexis reeled in that last pass, the Texas transfer. Again, South Florida working with 4 wideouts, trying to keep possession here in this first quarter. 4th and 6. Brown right down the middle. Just incomplete. Oh, had his man that time running free, but Kelly Joyner just could not reel it in.
Oh, man. Brown may have led him just a little bit too much. He gets the hands on it. Got to be able to reel it in if you get the hands on it. Could have been a little bit of a better throw, but, man, Joyner's wide open. The Bulls would love to have that one back.
I'll tell you what, though, as a thrower so far, Brown is looking much more confident, much more sure of himself than he did last week in Hilltop Country.
Last week, Brown got a little bit rattled by the pressure. He was only 1 for 11 on throws, 10-plus yards down the field, much more accurate with the short throws, but he's looking better and more composed tonight.
So FAMU's offense back on the field after the defensive stand. It's Musa. They'll run it. FAMU feels like they've got the matchups tonight up to the 35-yard line, and that's Kelvin Dean Jr. Redshirt senior, got the start last week. He's an FAU transfer.
A lot of transfers on this Florida A&M team, especially on the offensive line. They've got a couple Power 5 guys. Cardell Thomas from LSU at left guard. Jalen Goss at left tackle from Florida State. Really talented team.
Good football game so far. Great to have you with us tonight here at Raymond James Stadium on ESPN+. Drew Felios and Patrick Murray. 2nd and 6 here. And the officials will blow this one dead.
False start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Patrick, when you come to a big stadium like this, big environment, if you're FAMU, does that sometimes throw you off in simple things just like lining up?
It can sometimes, but the Rattlers played in Hard Rock Stadium down in Miami last week. They've been in some big moments. They played at North Carolina last year. It shouldn't rattle them.
Showing some poise here thus far, trailing by 7. That one was nearly intercepted. Went off the fingertips of Jamari Gasson.
Right in the hands, you got to reel that in, and now it puts Florida A&M in a tough spot. 3rd and long, obvious passing situation. Here's where you're going to see pressure from Todd Orlando in the South Florida defense. Moose has got to make sure he gets A&M in the right protection here. Keep himself protected, give him time to get the ball down the field.
Big situation here for Jeremy Musa. 6'3", 225-pound quarterback. It looks like South Florida may have jumped offside there, and the flag will come down on the far side of the field. I think FAMU's going to get a free play.
Yeah, it looked like offsides to me on the right side of the Bulls' defensive line. Jonathan Ross.
Offside. Defense number 11. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
That wasn't Ross. It was DJ Harris on the right side of the screen. Number 11 in green. He jumps a little bit too early, gets into the neutral zone. Good job by Musa to recognize it and snap it, pick up the 5 free yards.
So that makes it 3rd and 6. Musa completed his first 4, but 0 for 4 since. Here he is again, standing in against that pressure. A man is open, and that is going to be a penalty. And that is uncharacteristic from this Bulls defense. Logan Berryhill, the safety, knows better.
A 5th-year senior. A little bit of a late hit there. And that's tough for South Florida to give FAMU a free first down and extend the drive.
Secondary for the Bulls. Played disciplined last week. Right place, right time, but not here.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Oh, they're calling pass interference on Amaris Brown. And it was clearly Berryhill, but I don't know about that. That seems like an uncatchable ball to me. There must have been something that occurred earlier in the play because they called it on Amaris Brown. That was Berryhill that made that hit.
So that's 2 penalties here by the South Florida defense, keeping this FAMU offensive unit on the field.
Yeah, that's brutal for the Bulls. I mean, you can't have that. You've got them in a 3rd and long situation where you can get off the field and you give them a first down with 2 penalties.
Now the Rattlers see if they focus here on the ground game once again. Fake it. Musa trying to stand in. They're coming. Great job getting it off. Again, the Bulls defense feasting as DJ Gordon able to wrestle down the ball carrier as Jeremiah Pruitt caught it that time.
Good pressure. Jason Vaughn coming off the edge. And Musa does a nice job here to get out of the way enough to get that ball off and prevent the sack.
Jason Vaughn, 6'5", 3 sacks in that Tulane game last year, but only 5 all season. Need more consistent performances from him here in 2023 if you're South Florida. 2nd down, 11. Musa again standing in. Intercepted. Trying to set up the return, South Florida forcing another turnover, and that's how you make up from committing a penalty if you're Logan Berryhill.
Yeah, there's the 5th-year senior Berryhill, right place at the right time. Just an inaccurate ball from Musa. A little bit of pressure in his face. Maybe that got to him. He's well off target, looking to go up the seam, and Berryhill is right there. Overthrows tend to turn into interceptions numerous times, and South Florida able to get the ball back to the offense.
I'll tell you what, so far, just the activity with the defensive front, Patrick, they are all over the place. They didn't get any sacks last week, didn't force a turnover tonight. They are feasting.
They were still getting some pressures last week, and they're getting a lot more pressure tonight.
Brown looking for the screen, and just nothing happened that time with Naquan Wright. Flag will come down there. This could be on FAMU.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense number 28. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's the second hands to the face penalty on Chaney. He had one on the previous drive, and he couldn't believe it. He's turned to the sideline with his hands up. You look for 28 coming in from the left side, right in the middle. Yeah, he's got the hand right up there in the face, grabbing the face mask of Donovan Jennings. He's going to have to stop that because he's costing his team a lot of field position.
Johnny Chaney, the junior out of Orlando. And the defense for FAMU penalized again. First down now for the Bulls. Already with a 7-point lead. Brown will fire it. Has a man out there all by himself. And he is unable to reel it in. Jason Littlejohn, that's one he's going to want to have back. But the throw, to his credit, was certainly not on point.
Littlejohn just wide open on a wheel route. You got to put it on him. Leaves it behind him. And he doesn't have a chance to adjust to it. Man, Brown, maybe he just got a little bit too excited seeing how wide open he was. Rushed it a little bit and leaves it short.
Remember, Brown working with a lot of new pieces on that offense, though, isn't he?
A lot of transfers coming in, a couple freshmen in, trying to figure things out and get some chemistry with these guys.
And slowly building. South Florida again using the screen pass, and that's good game tackling there by the FAMU defense as we get ready for our Regions Bank impact players on the field. Anthony Dunn, quite a defensive performer for FAMU.
Yeah, he had 2 sacks last week, 3 sacks in the final game of last season. Isaiah Major, their leading tackler at Mike linebacker. Naquan Wright, the Florida transfer running back, and Joffrey Brown at wide receiver had an 84-yard touchdown catch last week.
So Bulls running it on third down, as that was Naquan Wright, had 111 yards last week in their opening game, and a fourth down again for the Bulls. They're going to have a lot of these when you run an offense like this, and fourth down conversions probably going to be something that's a lot more plentiful than third down conversions if you're South Florida, the way they run their offense.
Alex Golesh wants to be aggressive with fourth downs in the opponent's territory.
They'll run it. Brown tried to sell that fake, and I'm not so sure he got to that marker. It looks like he's going to be just shy.
I don't think he got it. Florida A&M did a really nice job up front on the D line of just holding that line. They may have given him a couple yards, but then they stood strong.
So it's another defensive
ruling
stand.
On the field is a runner short of the line to gain to change the possession. First down, FAMU.
So that's the second time FAMU's defense has held Coach Golesh. Not bashful at all. That's the way he likes to play football, that Josh Heupel style that worked at UCF and then Tennessee. He's brought here to South Florida, and they're going to stick to that game plan.
And that area of the field in between the 30 and the 40-yard line of your opponent is that kind of gray area. Too close for a punt, too far for a field goal. He's going to always have the aggressive mindset of let's go for it on fourth down.
.33-yard line, Rattlers football. All kinds of movement up front. Who jumped that time? And it was FAMU.
False start. Offense number 4. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
There's a lot of movement on the line of scrimmage there. They're calling it on Marcus Riley out at wide receiver.
Hot and cold start so far for Jeremy Musa. First down, 15. Musa surveying the field. He's got to get rid of it. The ball comes loose. South Florida had a chance to jump on it that time. And let's see where they marked the football. Was it an incomplete pass, or did it slip out of his hand?
The pressure from South Florida tonight has just been relentless after that first drive. Coming in on the blitz, that looks like a fumble to me. Florida A&M fortunate to recover it. Ashton Grable with the hustle from right tackle to get back there and scoop it up.
So it looks like they're going to call this a fumble.
And that was Jalen Stokes at safety.
On the play. The previous play is under further review.
It looked like Patrick, when he was going to the ground, he purposely let the ball go, tried to get rid of it, but I'm not so sure it was in time to be ruled an incomplete pass.
Jalen Stokes at safety coming on the pressure there and knocking the ball out. We'll have to take a look.
So head coach Willie Simmons. Coach Simmons this preseason had Charlie Ward, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback from Florida State, come speak to his team, get them a little extra motivated to play this game here in Tampa. Let's take one more look at the play here, and right there, clearly letting it go.
His arm's going forward. Does it come out before his arm's going forward? I'm going to say that's an incomplete pass. I think it looks like his arm's going forward.
So our first officials review here in this game.
But that's what you get from a Todd Orlando defense. He likes to use a lot of hybrid players and use the speed of smaller guys to rush the passer. That's what you saw there. Jalen Stokes, a safety, using his speed to get around the right tackle and get the pressure and cause all sorts of disruption for Florida A&M. The Rattlers are going to have to figure something out in pass protection. Keep more guys in to protect, get some chips on the outside, something like that, because Moose is having trouble having time to look down the field.
Yeah, that's where South Florida felt like they really had the advantage. Players are a little bit longer, a little taller.
There's a lot of depth on the defensive line for South Florida. They'll go 3 deep at each of their positions. Got some pass rushers that they really feel good about. And the way Todd Orlando calls his defense, you never know where a blitz or a pressure might be coming from. They'll bring the safety, the corner, linebackers, and at any given play, you've got no idea where it's going to be coming from.
Officials still looking at the play. Keep in mind, if you're just joining us, FAMU has won their last 10 games. South Florida has lost their last 11 games. So if you come in watching this thinking South Florida's a big favorite, not exactly the case. And you compare the talent level on both sides, it is pretty similar. As they look at the play one more time, was Musa, was he perhaps down that time? Is it a sack? Is it a fumble? Is it an incompletion?
The officials taking a long time to look at it. Could be seeing where they need to spot the ball.
After further review, the quarterback was passing the ball. It is an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 15 at the 28-yard line.
I think that's the right call. A break there for Florida A&M. Now they've got to be able to protect Musa. They want to call a quick pass here, get the ball out of his hands quickly.
You know, the one thing coaching staff wants Musa to do more, Patrick, is take charge, especially in moments like this. Clearly, you're right. You got to get the ball away quicker.
Yeah, he has the freedom to do whatever he wants at the line of scrimmage. Change the play, change a route.
2nd down, here he is. Setting up the screen, it's intercepted. Oh, the Bulls defense right now just having their way. With the football, Jalen Stokes, the safety.
Stokes again, he just had the pressure on the previous play. Now he gets the pick on the screen. Not a bad call to go with the screen, though, with the pressure you've been getting. Look at all the green jerseys in the face of Musa. He just floats it out there. And Stokes does a great job of making the pick. I don't know if Musa ever saw his target, and Jennings was just kind of drifting, never set his feet. South Florida takes advantage.
2nd turnover this defense has forced. They are feasting here tonight. Special teams also forced a turnover as well. That's the first interception right there for number 21, Jalen Stokes. First down and 10, Byron Brown will go back to work. South Florida trying to strike quickly. Oh, that looks like it could be a face mask as Dukes was absolutely dragged back, but no flag on the field right now.
It may have been just the jersey that he grabbed him by. It looked a little bit rough.
How about this formation here? Brown comes near side with it. It's Atkins. Well, he is really good after the catch, Patrick.
Atkins is very shifty, not the biggest guy, but he's got that quickness, the agility. Got a nice block from Naeem Simmons on the outside, too.
Once more, it's Dukes. Runs into the pile, gets bounced back just a bit, and is able to get about 3 there on the run.
A good pursuit from Anthony Dunn Jr. He's been the best defensive player so far this year for Florida A&M. And head coach Willie Simmons says he's even more talented than Isaiah Land, who's playing with the Indianapolis Colts right now, the former Rattler.
Dukes one more time, just following his big offensive line on that left side. Big Andrew Kilfoyle, number 75, Donovan Jennings, 73, and Mike Lofton, the safety, 65 out of Clearwater, right now paving the way.
A trio of guys from right here in the Bay Area.
So, 1 quarter in the books. Fast and furious here at Raymond James Stadium. FAMU struck first. South Florida came right back. It's 14-7 to the second quarter we go on ESPN+. Fun night at Raymond James Stadium so far for these Bulls fans. 14-7 the score. And South Florida again threatening inside the 10-yard line. They've got a 3rd and 5. Brown rolling out and fires incomplete. Was looking for Michael Brown-Stevens as he fell down. And now decision time once again for South Florida, and it looks like we could see a field goal try for the first time.
And they're going to kick the field goal. I think that's the right move with the lead. You're already up 14-7. Your defense is playing really well. Put some points on the board, make it a 2-score game.
So John Cannon comes on here. It's going to be a 26-yard attempt. And this to give the Bulls a 10-point lead. Hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. So South Florida able to get points. So 3 out of the 5 drives they've had the football, they've been able to get points on the board.
I would have loved to have the touchdown there, though. Brown-Stevens is open in the end zone. Byron Brown's got to put it on him there. Just a little bit too inaccurate with the ball. But, hey, South Florida offense still looking good to start the night. The tempo has been there. They've been going really quick. Golish has been really impressed with that, because usually when you go that fast, it takes time to get used to it and to be able to operate the way that you want to. But he said right from the get-go, these Bulls have been going at the pace that he wants, starting last week at Western Kentucky and continuing tonight.
Patrick, he says we're focusing on the daily process, how we play, how we act, how we look, how we eat, how we treat people, our habits day in and day out, cleaning our lockers. From top to bottom, they have overhauled how they do things here at South Florida.
That's the biggest job for Alex Golish, is making sure that everybody is doing the little things right all the time. That's how you build a winning culture in a program.
Brendan Farrell on to kick it away. 10-point lead for the Bulls. They forced 2 turnovers here thus far, as that ball will roll into the end zone. And Musa and company will come back on the field here for FAMU. FAMU, they had the first drive, went right down the field. What has happened since?
The pressure's been relentless from South Florida. FAMU hasn't been able to protect Musa at all. It's created a couple of turnovers. And the Rattlers haven't been able to run the ball. 4 carries for 4 yards. They have got to find a way to get that ground game going.
See the big offensive lineman there, Cesar Reyes, 77, 76, Cameron Coven. High school basketball player, got really quick feet. It's a very athletic front for the Rattlers. So here we are, Jeremy Musa trying to revive this Rattler offense. Hand it off, and this is their big running back, Jaquez Yant. When he gets the football, I'm telling you, if you're on defense, it is scary, isn't it?
Yant is a freight train. I mean, he's coming at you at about 240 pounds. He can run a 4.5 in the 40 at that weight. That is impressive, and he's just going to barrel right through those tackles to pick up some extra yards.
Would not want to bring this guy down.
I'm making a business decision if I see Yant coming at me.
2nd and short. Let him work one more time. I'm telling you, don't arm tackle this guy. It's not going to work. As he'll move the chains here for FAMU.
Yeah, offensive line looking a little bit better now. They've had to shuffle things up, and they've got some backups in the game. And Reyes at center is the backup. Morgan Moore at left tackle. Jalen Goss has been banged up a little bit. And Grable had a kick out from right guard to right tackle. So it can be tough on an O-line when you have to move around like that. You want to get some chemistry going.
Rattlers here making some adjustments. First down. 37-yard line. It's Musa. Good play action. And able to hit his man. That is well done and well executed. Marcus Riley, grad student out of Tallahassee.
Look at the pulling linemen. They do a great job with this play action. You pull a couple linemen, you're going to draw some defenders, and that's a nice catch by Riley.
Musa again. Dangerous territory that time. Braxton Clark defending for South Florida. The intended target was Nick Dixon.
Good play there by Clark. USF had some good coverage. FAMU tried to go tempo on him, but could not catch the Bulls off guard.
So 9 wins in the past 3 seasons for this FAMU program. They called this a season-defining game, though. Always want to take care of their business in the SWAC. Eventually shoot for that Celebration Bowl, but to get a big win here in this venue would be huge for the program overall. And this guy, Jaquez Yant, again, pounding his way inside the 50-yard line, and he is on the Bull side of the field.
Now Florida A&M in a passing situation, 3rd and long. We got a Bulls player injured on the field.
So Braxton Clark took a knee that time, and we'll hold things up. It's a hot and humid night here, and we got guys flying around the football, playing this game at 100 miles an hour, like we said, since the start.
And when you're playing the kind of tempo, you're going to be getting tired and cramping up a little bit.
We'll step aside. Come back in a moment.
Music.
Next week's American football slate starts Thursday on ESPN with a league matchup between Navy and Memphis, 7:30 Eastern Time. Then Friday, UTSA takes on Army, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And then finally, next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. It's South Florida hosting number 3 Alabama right here in Tampa. FAMU Rattlers working here, 3rd down and 8. You know the Bulls want to have a good showing, welcoming Nick Saban and company, SEC Dynasty, 1 week from today. Rattlers, good-looking drive here. Want to keep it going. Under pressure, it's Moose. He's got to get it away. All from the backside. Bulls were coming like a freight train. Again, I'll tell you what, Daquan Evans been all over the place.
Yeah, Evans has played well. They tried to set up a screen there to Yant. But watch the near side coming in with the pressure is Evans. And Musa didn't have time to even flip it out to Yant on the screen.
You think Musa heard those footsteps?
Oh, he heard him. Yeah, he's hearing him now. He's expecting him to come, and he's like, I got to get rid of this ball.
So Bulls defense continues to feast in a punting situation here for FAMU. And a flag's going to go down here. Looks like the punter may have been rough that time. Sean Atkins squeezes it, but FAMU could get another opportunity here, and this would be another uncharacteristic penalty by the Bulls.
The punter went to the ground, and that's going to be a first down for Florida A&M.
So FAMU hoping that offense can trot right back onto the field. Going to wait to get the call here.
Running into the kicker. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, fourth down.
Not a first down because it's just running into the kicker, not roughing.
Saw the look from Willie Simmons. I think he wanted the roughing. Let's see if it. Ooh, wow.
Got a little push there with the hand. That probably could have been roughing. Florida A&M certainly says it was.
Penalty story thus far.
Well, they're going to go for it. 4th and short, 4th and 3. I'm giving the ball to Yant here. Let the big fellow go to work and lower the shoulder.
So Jaquez Yant is the running back. Rattlers spread things out here. 4th down, about 2.5 here to get. And top of your screen, jumping first. Another mental mistake.
Offense number 88. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Man, that's brutal for Florida A&M. And that's the second one on a receiver, which is kind of strange. You don't see it as often. Wanted to get a good jump off the line of scrimmage, and now they're going to have to punt. Costly mistake.
Coach Simmons cannot believe it. So a golden opportunity gets away here from FAMU. And once again, the Rattlers will punt it away. So Trey Wilhoit is back to kick it away. They'll swap the ball out here. Very wet on a very damp night in Tampa. And again, it's Sean Atkins to reel it in for South Florida. It's going to let this ball bounce this time. And it's going to take a Rattlers bounce. Oh, all the way inside the 2-yard line. Well done by Trey Wilhoit. So South Florida has it. Dangerous territory when we return.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
Yeah, say hi to Glenn from work.
I think I have a much better plan. We switched to my plan from Verizon for just $25 per line.
Wow, way better plan.
Save with my plan starting at just $25 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
Remember why you became a nurse? You wanted to help people. And girl, you're just getting started. You know what's next. Getting your graduate degree. That's how you can change this place for the better. For yourself, your patients, the whole community. You want to make change happen? Walden University is all about change. It's time.
Walden University. Set a course for change.
There he is. It's right there.
Cover more ground in the Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid. Kia. Movement that inspires.
Sometimes I need to paraphrase.
It's easy to make your work clearer and more concise. They're still your ideas, just shorter.
We'll definitely stay under the time limit this time. Better. Now, the biggest part of this assignment is making the pitch compelling for the judges.
You can use Grammarly to make your sentences more engaging, confident, and persuasive.
This is perfect.
94% of students say Grammarly helps improve their grades. Download Grammarly for free.
For over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make, cutting crusts, not corners. Because
the body of work for Alex Golish up in Knoxville, which led him to this job here at USF. And Patrick, I know you've got some history with Tennessee Volunteer Country, don't you?
I'm a Tennessee grad, spent a lot of years in Knoxville, love it up there, and great fan base in Knoxville. And Golish gave them a lot to cheer about, broke a ton of school records, sent some guys to the NFL, but the biggest thing that they care about in Knoxville is he beat Alabama. And Tide coming here to Tampa next week.
Dangerous territory here for South Florida. Solid night thus far for Byron Brown, sophomore quarterback out of Raleigh. Bulls have run the football effectively and set up the pass as well. Just trying to get it out to reasonable territory here. As we'll get about 3 near that 5-yard line.
That's all you need right there. So just give yourself a little bit of breathing room where you don't have to worry about as much about the safety.
K1 Powell, the ball carrier that time. Gonna let him work one more time. A little bit slippery in there. 5'9", 205 pounds. Sophomore out of Vernon, Florida.
USF may just run it again here and play conservative with a 10-point lead.
It looks like we had some early movement there as well.
False start. Offense number 62. Half the distance to the goal. Still third down.
Is that sort of the negative sometimes when you play so fast, you get into situations like this, and it's tough to really adjust?
Right. You can't really go with the tempo when you're stuck back on your own goal line, and so you have to play a little bit slower, and maybe you're not used to that. It can lead to some false starts.
So it makes it 3rd and 8. See how Brown answers here. Bulls have held on to the football so far tonight, and they're going to move the chains here. That's a big conversion. And the crowd will let this team know, well done. Number 6 reeling it in, Naeem Simmons.
Brown did a nice job sitting in the pocket, staying composed, finding an open guy, nice accurate ball, and a good route from Simmons.
First down. Run it one more time. Some situational football here as they are feeding young K1 Powell. Let him do his thing.
The tempo of the game is kind of slowed down here, and now the Bulls trying to pick it back up.
Numbers tonight on Brown, 67 yards through the air. Looking for more here. Under pressure, though. He's not going to get away this time. That's FAMU's first sack tonight, as it's the linebacker Isaiah Major coming that time.
Major coming on a blitz. Brown almost got away from him, but Major had the strength to get him on the ground.
So coming off a sack, 3rd and 16, Bulls still rush up to the line. Quick to snap it.
Well, they're going to take a look at the defense here, see what they've got, try and get the right play called to get it beyond the sticks. They've got some one-on-one matchups to the bottom of the screen here.
Keep an eye on Atkins again in the slot, and Alex Golish going to call timeout here. He ran across the field to let our official know something he did not like. 17-7 your score, under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. FAMU still fighting here in Tampa. 17-7, South Florida leads Florida A&M here in the second quarter of the iconic Pirate Ship here at Raymond James Stadium. You ever been to a football game here, Patrick?
I haven't. This is my first one. That was one of the reasons I was excited to come here, was to see the Pirate Ship. It's pretty cool.
When that thing goes off, back in the day when Mike Allstott used to run the ball inside the red zone and those cannons would fire off, it was the most exhilarating thing here you would ever see inside this stadium. 3rd and 16 now for South Florida. Brown going to step up. Got a lot of room here on this near side. Goes long with it, and it's incomplete. South Florida asking for a pass interference penalty, but Jason Littlejohn was really tight in coverage that time.
Well, a lot of times you see pass interference called on plays like that where it's underthrown and the receiver has to come back to the ball. The DB's in the way. Kamani King gets his head turned around, though, and tries to play the ball with his hand. That may have been why they didn't call it.
Alex Golish is livid right now on the sideline, giving the official an earful. So punting situation for South Florida. Andrew Stokes lays into it. It's a high kick. And it's going to take a Bulls bounce down to the 43-yard line. Andrew Stokes, the punter for South Florida. Very interesting story. 29 years old. Oldest player on the team, by far one of the oldest players in college football across the country.
Stokes is older than one of the coaches. The offensive line coach, Tyler Hudenick, is 26 years old. Their punter's 29. That's college football for you in 2023.
Yeah, for sure. So Jeremy Musa back on the field. What does he have to do to get this Rattler offense back on track?
Well, the Rattlers have got to get back to the ground game, get the ground game going, and then play action off of it, and they have to find a way to protect Musa. He's been under fire all game.
So you see in motion there, Kamari Young, Musa. Again, just that pressure just caves in on him. Big number 44, pumped up for the Bulls, Jacquez Williams.
Williams got the sack, but it was DJ Gordon with the initial pressure coming off the edge that made Musa step up into the pocket, right into the sack. And he's going to have to get the ball out quicker because they're having a hard time protecting him.
Well, you're absolutely right there. It just seems like when he drops back, it's at least 1 or 2 seconds just too slow. Coming up on 8 minutes to play here in the first half. South Florida, 10-point lead. FAMU has not scored since their very first drive. Here's Musa. Quick throw. That's what they need more of. It's reeled in and taken down hard. Trevante Davis able to make the grab and move the chains.
That's exactly what they need. Good quick decision from Musa. Accurate throw. Needs to do it again.
And he will come near side with it this time. John Murray Shareed, so talented, as Amaris Brown right there with him. And the automatic flag going to come out. I think the gesture that time is going to provoke the penalty.
The throat slash from Amaris Brown. He's going to be hearing it from Alex Golish.
After the play was over, sportsmanlike conduct, taunting, defense number 9, his first 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And watch after the play, gets on top of him in the throat slash. That kind of gesture is going to get you the penalty, and Golesh takes him right out of the game. So come stand next to me.
Amaris Brown, the Kansas State transfer. Came home here to play, went to high school at Armwood nearby. And that's where, if you're Coach Golish, you got to get a handle on that early, kind of set the tone for your team. In-game penalties like that, just unnecessary.
Yeah, can't have that, and we got a FAMU player down.
So Terrell Jennings on the carry. That is one of the big linemen down there. That's number 55, Michael Marshall. They'll check on him. We'll step aside. So our first significant injury of this game for Florida A&M. Michael Marshall appeared to get rolled up on right there.
Right in the middle of the screen, 55. Someone just comes into the back of his leg. That hurts. And he was a backup offensive lineman for Florida A&M. So they're getting a little bit banged up on the O-line now, having to go deep in the depth chart.
Second down at 5 now. Terrell Jennings, the running back here for the Rattlers. Jennings gets the carry. And once again, good tackling. Good job of plugging the gaps by these USF defenders. Tramel Logan, the first one there.
South Florida has been winning the battle up front all night long, whether it's the pass rush, getting to the quarterback, or in the run game, holding Florida A&M to just 1.9 per carry.
Saw big Lloyd Summerall, 99 in green. USF coaches feel like he is the most talented guy on that side of the football.
Former 4-star recruit, transfer from Florida. He's got the size and the length and the speed.
So timeout can be called once again.
USF, their second. It's a 30-second.
So a short timeout here called for Musa and FAMU to take a deep breath here. Critical moment in this game. 10-game winning streak for the Rattlers, and that is one of the best in FCS football right now. And hard to believe South Florida has not won a game in 11 tries.
Just 1-11 last season, but they've got a fresh start with a new coaching staff coming in, invigorating this program with their recruiting, their attitude, the offense, certainly. South Florida looking to snap that losing streak that stretches back to last September.
Just worth mentioning, Alabama comes in here next week. That game's right here in Tampa on ABC. Right now, Nick Saban's bunch losing to Texas 13-3. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that one.
And if you're South Florida, you want Alabama to win that game because you do not want an angry Tide team coming off a loss coming in here.
3rd down 6 for Musa. Pressure coming again. Great fake. He sold it beautifully. Able to dump it off. And how about this? Inside the 10-yard line. Could not have been designed much better than that. Kobe Gross, the redshirt senior tight end.
The play action has worked well tonight for Florida A&M. You get the run fake, draws the defense inside. Watch all the defenders flowing towards the football, and then you slip Gross out there into open space and move the chains.
First down. Rattlers keep it on the ground. Bulls able to stay right with it. Number 17, Jalen Schuler, 3-time state champion up in South Carolina. Also played for Coffeyville Community College, a linebacker on the stop.
They're doing a good job, USF is, of recognizing that run, that counter run, when they're pulling the guard and the tackle and flowing to it right away. FAMU is going to have to find another answer, making sure they're checking into the right place at the line when they're running the football.
Musa on second down, stands in, has a man in the end zone, looking for the football, couldn't find it that time. A flag is down in the middle of the field.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense number 37. 5-yard penalty, correction, half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Logan Berryhill called for the hold. Penalties have been hurting South Florida a few times on defense tonight, giving FAMU some extra chances to stay on the field.
Second penalty tonight on Berryhill. And a fresh set of downs here for FAMU. They're going to have first down and goal from the 5.
FAMU has to move the pocket here. Get Musa out on a rollout on the move so he doesn't have to stand in and face that pressure.
Jeremy Musa handing it off. This one sets up nicely for the Rattlers, lunging forward down inside the 2. Well, nearly had 6 that time, 23. Terrell Jennings, the ball carrier.
What a tough run by Jennings. Just watch the pad level, keeping the pads low, keeping the legs churning. Low man wins. Get off me. You get off me.
Give him one more shot. Why not? Jennings into the paint. So FAMU able to cut into that USF lead. They're not going anywhere, Patrick.
A way to finish the drive by the Rattlers. It looked like South Florida might be able to pull away, and FAMU just hung in there, and they finished the drive on the ground with Jennings.
Yeah, these running backs for FAMU, they are big, they are physical, aren't they?
They are. Jennings at 225 pounds, Yant at 235. A nice block by Jalen Goss there.
So Cameron Gillis on for the extra point. And it is a 3-point game here in Tampa. 9 plays, 58 yards, resulting in this Jennings score.
Nice hole opening up on the left side of the O-line there. Jalen Goss with a good block. And FAMU's right in this ball game. This is exactly where they want to be.
Head coach Willie Simmons, he was an absolute high school sports legend in the Tallahassee area back in the late 90s. A high school All-American at Shanghai. Went on to Clemson. Played for Tommy Bowden there. I always remember that game. 1999 Clemson came to Tallahassee. Chris Winkie over the top to Snoop Minnis, 99 yards for the score. That was the Bowden Bowl. Tommy Bowden against Bobby Bowden. And eventually Coach Willie Simmons went on to play for the Citadel as well. But what a coach he has turned out to be at the college level.
And he's been tremendous for Florida A&M. Spent some time at Prairie View A&M as the head coach. 6th season now with FAMU. He's led them to 3 straight 9-win seasons, and they're looking to get to the Celebration Bowl this year to finally break through. And a big part of that is beating Jackson State, which they did last week. In the last 2 years, Jackson State was the only team in the SWAC to beat the Rattlers. They finally get that monkey off their back this year.
South Florida trying to set up a return here. Look out. This is Kelly Joyner. Needed about one more block. Able to take it to the Rattlers side of the field. And 17-14 now USF with the football back at under 5 minutes before the end of the first half.
That's an important play for the Bulls to flip the momentum. Joyner with the speed, and we got a penalty. And it's going to come back
distance to the goal.
On a holding.
First down, USF.
Taking the wind right out of the sails of the Bulls.
But it's penalties like that should concern you if you're a South Florida fan. But you're right, Patrick. There was a moment there in that game. It looked like USF was about to pull away, and FAMU just found a way to hang around. This is why you got a head coach who's all about winning and just keeping your character, playing your game. They're doing that right now.
Simmons does a good job of setting up his players to lead. He's got an 11-player leadership council, and Simmons says, I set the standard, the players uphold it.
South Florida with the football. USF got to be careful here. They toss it near side. Jaden Alexis will work. Do a nice job to get it to the 20-yard line.
They have Weston Wolf, the tight end, out there. Good formation setup, and he gets a nice block for Alexis to open up some space.
Bulls will work quickly once again. Brown, good job checking that off. Held it back that time. Was going to toss it outside. Saw it wasn't there. And took it up for about 4.
A good idea to make something out of nothing, not make a dangerous pass. Just get a few yards and get another down.
Naquan Wright in there right now with Brown. Fake it to Wright. Brown looking. Keeps the play alive. Incomplete.
It looked like Wolf was coming open over the middle of the field. If Brown could have hung in the pocket just a half second longer, might have had a big play down the middle.
Offensive coordinator Joel Gordon for USF said, we've got to stay focused for the entire game. This is a key moment in this ball game right now. Quick slant time. Jaden Alexis reeling it in, but he was taken down immediately, and Kendall Bowler made the stop.
And we've got a flag well behind the play that we're going to have to check in on. That's a really nice tackle by Kendall Bowler. Tough to tackle in space like that.
Legal substitution. Defense. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a first down.
It can be tough for a defense when you're going against South Florida's tempo and trying to get the substitutions in, trying to get lined up, and they made a mistake there.
Penalties continue to be a huge factor in this game. First and 10. Byron Brown snapped a little bit late that time, and we're going to have some early movement here as the quarterback was dragged down there as well. This is going to be on South Florida.
The penalties have really slowed down the pace of the game. I mean, early on it was so quick. Now it's just plodding along.
False start. Everyone but the center. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Well, the official with a bit of a comedy routine here tonight at Ray J.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that's going to make a YouTube video or something of funny ref situations. Everyone but the center. And yeah, the center took a little bit too long to snap the ball there.
First and 15, 9 penalties, 70 yards for South Florida. Brown goes to work. Rifles it. Complete. Across the 45 to the 47. And so far, Sean Atkins having himself a ball game. But again, we've got another one.
Holding. Offense number 73. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Take one more look.
See where the hold is.
I don't like that call.
I didn't see anything. Donovan Jennings got himself a pancake on the left tackle there. But man, that's 10 penalties now for South Florida in the first half. They had 10 last week in the whole game, which isn't good, and they've been even worse tonight.
So now first and 25. Major setbacks here for this young USF offense. Toss this one complete. Joffrey Brown gets it in his hands for the second time tonight. Scored the touchdown earlier.
Now you go tempo. The Bulls have got to get in a little bit of a rhythm here. The penalties have slowed things down. Get that tempo going. Get Brown in a rhythm.
Yeah, I'd like to see Brown get the football more. Go for the home run. Incomplete. A flag's going to come down here. And that was clearly a pass interference. Just grabbed him around the waist.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Penalty after penalty, and 6 for Florida A&M. Kamani King said, I'm not going to get beat. I'm just gonna grab him and get a flag instead.
Yeah, this one was a no-brainer for our official right there. Yusuf Terry was the intended target.
And Terry had a beat. He stacked him. And that little grab right there may have kept him from getting to the football. King said, I don't want to get beat for a touchdown. And let me do what I can to try and slow him down.
First down for the Bulls, 17-14. South Florida now with a little bit of jet sweep. Did it across the 40, Michael Dukes. Better number 3, Kelly Joyner. Ball carrier that time.
Big block there from Naquan Wright out in front, but the defender was still able to reach out and pull him down.
Brown drops back quickly, just nowhere to go that time. The Rattlers able again to just cave in. And Gentle Hunt, the senior out of High Springs and a Gainesville High School alum that time with the credited sack.
Byron Brown wanted to go to Joffrey Brown, but Lamar Clark did a good job of dropping underneath that and taking that throw away.
Third down, quick throw. Well done by the Bulls. Oh, good job staying on his feet. Naeem Simmons.
Big play from Simmons. He's short of the sticks on third down, and then he fights, drives the legs to get out of that tackle and pick up the first down. That's
demoralizing if you're FAMU. You had him in the grass that time. He just manages to get away. And this time of year, as Morgan is the player down here for FAMU, was he in the grass? No, clearly able to stay on his feet.
Really nice play by Simmons to break out of 2 tackles there to make sure he can move the chains, and now Lovey Jenkins getting looked at by the trainers.
So it's hot, it's humid, a lot of plays being run in a game like this time of year. Patrick, it's also not surprising to see a lot of cramping going on throughout the night.
Florida A&M dealt with some cramps last week when they were down in Miami playing Jackson State, and they're used to the heat in Tallahassee. It's just one of those things. If you're playing a bunch of plays and it's this hot, it's going to happen sometimes.
Coaches jokingly said earlier this week, you come to FAMU, you don't have the luxury of all these training tables and all these extra things on the sideline when you come to FAMU. You just come, you play football.
You don't have anybody handing you food as you're walking off the field and charting everything that you're eating. So you got to take care of yourself.
You certainly do.
But they love it that way, and they get players that love football. And that's the key for Florida A&M. The defensive coordinator, Brian Smith, was talking about it. Every guy that we get, you better make sure he loves football.
Got some incredible tradition up in Tallahassee, what they've been able to do over the years. First down, backwards pass this time, trying to set it up. It's caught. Executed perfectly. Sean Atkins finding Michael Dukes. First down and goal.
With nice patience by Atkins there, just sitting, making sure he comes open. And Dukes is looking like he's hurting a little bit.
That was a 40-yard gain. They're going to have to stop the game here. Dukes clearly shaken up. So Alex Golish pulls this one out of the bag.
And Dukes just running right up the middle, collides with a defender, and he's wide open. And really nice throw from Atkins. Great throw for a receiver. And then at the end there, Dukes kind of gets hurt in the abdomen area.
Michael Dukes, the Clemson transfer, originally from Charleston, South Carolina. It's incredible, Patrick, when you look down the roster, both sides of the ball, how many transfers there are in this day and age of college football, really on both teams and really teams throughout the country.
Yeah, I mean, in Colorado, I mean, the biggest transfer team goes and gets another win today. They're 2-0, and they had like 50 transfers this offseason. And you look at South Florida's backfield, you got Naquan Wright transferred in from Florida, Michael Dukes transferred in from Clemson. They've got like 3 Minnesota transfers on the team for South Florida. That's just how it is these days in college football. You get the one free transfer, and a lot of guys want to come back and play closer to home, and that has benefited South Florida with all the talent in this area.
Round of applause here for Michael Dukes as he comes off the field. After putting the Bulls in business here, first and goal. It's going to be from the 7. That was a peach of a pass from Sean Atkins that time. Number 38 comes to the sideline. He may get some more looks at quarterback after that.
Yeah, they're going to save that play for later in the season. And Atkins had a heck of a catch earlier in the game. It makes a beautiful throw.
So now Byron Brown leading the Bulls. Fakes it. Wants to take it himself. Rattlers are right there with him. Was able to get maybe a yard out of it. Not much more there.
Javen Morgan at safety recognized that one right away. Came down and made the stop. But you see Brown's athleticism there, the elusiveness he has.
Over the top this time. Caught. Touchdown Bulls. Jason Littlejohn, the tight end, climbing the ladder, reeling it in.
Little pop pass, play fake, draw the defense in. Littlejohn sneaks behind him and goes way up top to make a nice catch.
And Littlejohn certainly not little.
There's the play fake. Throw a little high, but Littlejohn's got the hops to go and get it.
6'4", got great hops as well. 245 pounds, bringing down a touchdown, an 11-play drive, 92 yards. That could have gotten really dangerous, but again, the quarterback Brown leading the Bulls.
Good operation there on the fake and giving Littlejohn a chance to make the catch, and that's a key drive for South Florida. The way Florida A&M was sticking around, they were starting to flip the momentum a little bit. Bulls go on a long drive and don't leave FAMU much time to score at the end of the half here either.
Patrick, that could be a real key moment in this game. You felt the momentum shifting. Bulls committed a few costly penalties there. A moment for FAMU to really hit them hard right before halftime. South Florida keeps their composure, goes right down the field, and widens that gap.
That's really important, especially with a redshirt freshman quarterback. The ability to remain composed, go on an 11-play drive. That's one thing that the Bulls struggled with last week, is at the end of those long 10-plus play drives, they started to wear down physically but also mentally and make some mental mistakes. That didn't happen there. You got to credit the quarterback Brown for that.
47 offensive plays so far for South Florida. So FAMU will get the football back here. Not much time to work. 48 seconds. Lots coming up at halftime. Report from the American Conference. In the studio, Morgan Uber will join us. Also, we've got some highlights to show you, some stats. We'll size up the first half, get you ready for the second half. And I think we're going to be doing some eating, unfortunately.
Yeah, in the third quarter, we'll have to see the taste of the American, the best of what Raymond James Stadium has to offer. I'm excited. I'm hungry. I've been waiting for it all day long. So here we go. And but South Florida is going to get the ball to start the second half here. So I think Florida A&M has got to be aggressive and go and try and score with all 3 timeouts in 48 seconds.
Yep, a taste of the American. That's coming up a little bit later here on our broadcast. 24-14, Rattlers trailing by 10. They'll work quickly and connect there up to the 37-yard line. These pass catchers have done well. Nicholas Dixon, that time the 6'2" grad transfer. Clock continues to run. Down the sideline, wide open. He'll take a shot, but it pays off for FAMU. Some words exchanged too afterward there, as that is number 4, Marcus Riley.
Really good throw there from Musa, fitting it in between the corner and the safety.
Jones a little shaken up for the Bulls. Will Jones, the safety, delivering the hit, but maybe got the worst of it that time. Here's Musa. Gets out of the pocket, down the field. Oh, the Rattlers showing some composure here. And once again, it's Dixon.
The Bulls are going to have to bring some more pressure. They've just been going with a regular 4-man rush on this drive instead of doing some of their exotic sim pressures and blitzes, and Moose has had more time to throw.
I'll tell you what, that is impressive right there. 3 plays, bang, 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 and you're in field goal range.
That's an important answer for FAMU to, after the South Florida touchdown, get yourself right back in position. Now they have to finish the drive here in the red zone.
FAMU saying that we do not want to give South Florida the game. We want to make them win the game. This is a game that at the start of the season, many had this one as an upset alert. FAMU could be primed to win tonight under the lights in Tampa. They're hanging in. South Florida, a 10-point lead. FAMU looking for more points here before intermission. First down. Jeremy Musa stands in, hits his man over the middle. Oh, nearly intercepted. That would have been trouble. Shareed was the intended target. The 5'7" receiver, usually sure-handed.
I got to hang on to that. That was a big opportunity for FAMU. South Florida brought the blitz. Musa did a good job of getting the ball out quickly. They had Shareed in space. He may have scored on that if he hangs on to it.
What do you like here, Patrick, on 2nd and 10?
You got to protect it and get the ball out quickly. I'd like to go back to Shareed if you can get him in space again. He hasn't done much tonight, but he's your fastest guy.
$18 seconds. Musa got to get rid of it quickly. Does just that. Inside the 10. Oh, the ball comes out. South Florida's forced another turnover. DJ Harris has the football. And again, the Bulls dodge a major bullet.
Oh, huge play from the South Florida defense. They've been all over the place tonight, whether it's pressures, turnovers. Give credit to the Bulls D. Good completion. And then on that hit, it just comes out. Good pickup by Harris to pick up some extra yardage. Riley does a good job of breaking one tackle and then just loses it on that hit.
DJ Harris, the Texas transfer, played in only 3 games in Austin. Comes up with a big one there for the Bulls. Look at the turnover story right now. How can you win a game when it's that lopsided?
That's a huge part of this game right now. 4 turnovers. Florida A&M's only down 10. Expect to be down a lot more than that with 4 turnovers.
Final play of this first half. South Florida will take a 10-point lead into the locker room. Alex Golish will rally the troops, head off the field, talk about it. A wild first half from the start. Lots of penalties, though. They'll look to shore that up as we look forward to half number 2.
South Florida's got to cut down on the penalties. They've looked pretty good offensively, but the defense has been the story for the Bulls. Getting pressure on the quarterback, force some turnovers. Got to keep doing that.
Halftime festivities coming up from Tampa. The Bulls leading by 10, 24-14. Great to have you with us on a Saturday night in the American. Welcome back, everybody. It is halftime. The South Florida Bulls hosting the FAMU Rattlers. Hope you're enjoying it on ESPN+. When we return, we're going to head to our American Conference studios where Morgan Uber is standing by.
Welcome into the American Studios. I'm Morgan Uber. 6 new head coaches in American football made their debuts in Week 1, and we've got plenty from the gridiron in this edition of Top Plays, including a debut from Tulsa's Devin Williams at number 5. The Golden Hurricane hosting Arkansas Pine Bluff, up 21 in the third. Quarterback Jordan Moore throws up a 50-50 ball, and Williams comes down with it, or does he? The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass, but after further and lengthy review, the call is in fact reversed. They say Williams completed the circus catch, and Tulsa picked up the Week 1 dub. At number 4, to the hardwood, Temple Volleyball taking on Delaware State in the third set. Nikki Shimau, what a save! Not only to save, but the Owls get the point. And we love this angle from the Temple Creative Video staff. Shimau looking like a superwoman through the air. The Owls sweep the match 3-0. We've We've got more Owls at number 3, but it's the Florida Atlantic Owls this time. The men's hoops getting honored at the football game after their incredible Final Four run in 2023. But hey, Larry McCammon III says, I'm making a run of my own. You can't touch this. McCammon, a 55-yard run to open the second quarter, shedding off defenders left and right. But a flag is thrown. The basketball team, man, they're fired up there on the sidelines. But don't worry, guys, the flag gets waved off, and the Florida Atlantic Owls take down Monmouth 42-20. To the pitch at number 2 for some women's soccer, East Carolina at High Point. Scoreless halfway through the first, and keeper Maeve English says, I'm going to keep it that way. A monster stop from English. Forget a brick wall. She's a fortress. The ball can't get by her, and the Pirates power past the Panthers 3-1. Finally, at number 1, UAB football hosting North Carolina A&T. Quarterback Jacob Zeno set a school record in this game with 38 pass completions, but this was the best of them. Zeno to the corner of the end zone to Tajon Palmer right over the head of his defender. Palmer is on Bruce Feldman's iconic freaks list for a reason. Size, speed, strength, he's got it all. What a start for the Trent Dilfer era, picking up win number 1 and top play number 1 this week. Remember, if you ever see a top play happen live, you can always let us know on social media. Follow the American Conference at American_conf and use the hashtag AmericanTopPlays. Be sure to keep it right here. Don't go anywhere because we've got much more second half action coming up for you right after this.
music, and go, Drew.
You're watching the South Florida Bulls hosting the FAMU Rattlers here on ESPN Plus. Hope you're enjoying it. It is halftime. We've got much more and a halftime report. Patrick Murray will rejoin us, look at stats and some highlights when we return to Tampa. Turnovers a huge story in this football game. Bulls have forced 4 of them from FAMU.
2 fumbles, 2 picks, just an overthrow there from Musa, and then he's got to throw this ball away instead of throwing it into a crowd. The South Florida defense has been opportunistic all night long, forcing a fumble to take points off the board for FAMU at the end of the half there. But Florida A&M's only down by 10 despite the 4 turnovers. I think you would take that if you told Willie Simmons that before the game.
Yeah, I think the defense took it personal last week that they did not have a sack. They did not force a turnover. They told us that earlier this week, and they're making up for it here tonight.
Oh, yeah, the South Florida defense has been all over the place. All kinds of pressure in the face of Musa, plus the 4 turnovers has been huge.
Drew Felios here at Raymond James Stadium alongside Patrick Murray. Hope you're enjoying it with us here tonight. Let's take a look at some halftime stats as we get you ready for half number 2. What numbers really stand out to you, Patrick?
Oh, Florida A&M's passed the ball better than we thought they would, 192 through the air. Pretty even on the yardage. The turnovers has been key, 4 for A&M, but only 3 off of the turnovers for South Florida. It could be a much bigger lead. Byron Brown has missed a couple of open receivers, left some points out there.
Yeah, I think just as important as the turnovers they force, the turnovers they haven't committed if you're South Florida. Byron Brown has been smart. He's been efficient when they've needed him.
Yeah, the Bulls have done a nice job of taking care of the football. Brown's been at his best when he can improvise, get out of the pocket, roll around, scramble a little bit. His numbers look good, 13 to 21, 116 and 2 scores. Moose has been able to put up some yardage, but he's got to take care of the football. Those 2 interceptions have hurt them.
So head coach Willie Simmons, if he were able to pull this off tonight, would be probably one of the greatest wins since his tenure started at FAMU. He's in his 6th season. Again, 9 wins the past 3 seasons. He puts things in perspective, says that, first off, we got to win the SWAC East. Then we want to shoot for that Celebration Bowl. We want to focus on our rivals too. Jackson State, they accomplished that already. Alabama State, Bethune-Cookman. They call it the little school down south. They don't refer to Bethune by the name. I think that's very funny.
I love that. It's kind of like Ohio State and Michigan, right? The Ohio or the school up north. You got to love that kind of rivalry in college football.
Short kick taken by South Florida. Gunnar Greenwald, those good hands. And the Bulls will have the football first here. In case you're just joining us, Florida A&M went right down the field at the start of the game, took a 7-0 lead. Bulls answered, tied it at 7, then went on top 14-7, added a field goal after that. FAMU made it close. It was 17-14, but that guy right there, number 17, led USF right down the field to close out the half. FAMU tried to answer, but Bulls forced another turnover. And now it's 1st and 10. Brown winding up, going for the home run. Well, that speed at receiver that USF has with 9 Simmons. They're just waiting for that to really bust out.
Overshot him a little bit. They've got to get that connection going on the deep ball. Simmons stacked his defender, had him beat, but Brown just overshot him a little bit too much.
116 pass yards tonight. Only 14 rushing yards. Remember, he had 160 last week, so way under that total. FAMU has kept him in check running the football as he takes it up to the 40-yard line. Nearly a late hit there, as Jeremiah Pruitt's got to be real careful.
And with all the defenders FAMU likes to keep up near the line of scrimmage, it's taken away some of the quarterback read runs that South Florida used last week against Western Kentucky.
Try and run this one. And that tackle a little bit high that time. And yes, a flag will go down. Daquan Wright looked like he was grabbed by the face mask. So there's been laundry all over the field here tonight. See if it continues here in the second half.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 48. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
I think they called out the wrong number. Yeah, they're going to say it was on 58.
Yeah, that's Anthony Dunn Jr. Yep. Yeah, he is an absolute terror, is Anthony Dunn. 6'4", 250 pounds. Just crazy talent on the Rattlers side. 1st and 10 now. Brown again living through the air here to start this third quarter, and more laundry on the field.
Winsome Frazier in coverage. I think they're going to get him for pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
He was on him real tight. I think he grabbed him with the left hand on the back.
Winsome Frazier, redshirt sophomore out of Miami. Lots of South Florida talent on the field tonight. And now from the 31, it's a first down for the Bulls. South Florida trying to really take control of this game. Brown stepping up again, holds onto it too long, and that Rattler defense going to cave in that pocket.
Well, South Florida initially did a good job of picking up the blitz there. Byram had a pocket to step up into, but then he just held onto the ball too long. They pick up the blitz, and then Chaney does a good job of continuing to fight. Alan Smith coming from behind.
2nd 11. Just toss it out here to Yusuf Terry. It's been a little quiet tonight. He'll take it to the 27-yard line, and the Bulls will continue to work quick here on 3rd down.
Terry didn't play at all last week, dealing with an injury. They're happy to have him back tonight, the Baylor transfer.
Again, 4 wideouts. Brown looks one way, and the Rattlers coming right up the gut. Big number 28. He has been really active tonight. Johnny Chaney Jr.
Chaney coming on the blitz. South Florida tried to fake the screen and get something going down the field. It wasn't there. The Rattlers were all over it, and you see 28 on the left side. Chaney coming right through the guard to make the sack.
So Chaney's biggest play of the game, and South Florida will live to see another day here. They'll punt it away. They went for it several times on 4th down in that first half, but this obviously punting situation. So Andrew Stokes standing at midfield. It looks like we're going to have a delay of game.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Sometimes that's not a bad thing. You want to give your punter a little bit more room here to try and pin him back.
I think that's what South Florida's doing there. You're at the 35, kind of tight to try and fit that punt in before the goal line. So give your punter those extra 5 yards.
Andrew Stokes, the Australian, spent 7 years playing Australian football. Had never played an American football game before coming on campus here to South Florida. That ball is going to be caught inside the 10-yard line. And the Rattlers will take over when we come back. 10-point game here in Tampa.
Love the pants. Love the pants.
Oh, compliments are tough, but you just gotta own it. Thanks. It's Old Navy.
Iconic.
How'd you spend the off season?
The off season? Little Caesars taste so good.
It tastes even better with my best friends.
We best friends eating pizza all the time, having fun. Pizza pounds for life.
The off season? Just hit the weights.
Get free delivery from Little Caesars for a limited time only.
Pizza.
We got a Subaru Forester Wilderness to discover all the places that make us feel something more.
Subaru is the National Park Foundation's largest corporate donor, helping expand access for all.
When you get your next big idea, say sparkly ketchup, Grammarly's tone suggestions can help pitch it with confidence to get your team on board.
Did you see her email?
Already calling vendors.
Oh no, a project hiccup.
We need a squeezy bottle.
Good idea. With a more diplomatic approach, your request will get a better response. Problem solved. Grammarly can make all the difference in your professional success. Download at Grammarly.com today.
For over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make, cutting crusts, not corners. Because your little ones always deserve the best. Ring the bell. The deli is open. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
24-14, South Florida leads FAMU as we continue on here in the 3rd quarter. Drew Felios along with Patrick Murray. Special segment we're bringing to you every week this year called Taste of the American. We are eating up here in the press box. And what do we have here, Patrick, to start us off?
This is the burnt end mac and cheese. Got a little crispy onions on top, some Cheeto dust as well. Looking pretty good.
How's that thing taste? Looks amazing.
There's a lot in here to try and get all of it at one bite. I'm going to move my mic out of the way here.
Also got to remember we have a football game going on here as well. FAMU goes to the running attack, and it's Jaquez Yant for short yardage. Well, I'm going to look at the really Cuban good sandwich. You can't come to Tampa, especially if you're one of these out-of-town teams. You can't come to Tampa and leave without trying an authentic Cuban sandwich. You know, Ybor City is where these things are made best. I love the La Segunda Bakery here nearby.
Go for it.
Just awesome. I could eat these every single day.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to put this burnt end mac and cheese down. We'll try something else. This is really good.
Well, you got the burnt end mac and cheese. You've also got the burnt end sandwich as well. This thing is incredible. The fine cuisine here at Raymond James Stadium. It's great to watch a football game when you are enjoying some of the finest cuisine here at this stadium. The Bucks do not play tomorrow here. They're on the road taking on the Minnesota Vikings. But when you come here to Ray J, you're going to get first-class food.
All right, I got to try this burnt end sandwich. I'm going to make a huge mess with it here. I'm already making a mess.
Oh, my goodness. You have waited to take that bite all game long. How does it taste?
It's great. I love it. It was worth the wait.
Burnt end mac and cheese. 3rd down and 7. Here for the Rattlers. Musa trying to step up into the pocket, and he is going to have a first down. Well done across the 20-yard line. And tell you what, we're not done just yet. Whenever it's time for dessert, you've also got the Bucks Sundae. It is called Look at This Thing.
That is huge.
This thing is incredible. Ice cream, strawberry sauce, a cupcake, and a donut right there with whipped cream as well. I mean, I'm supposed to eat this. If I do, I'm afraid I'm not going to make it through this broadcast.
Yeah, we might have to take you to the hospital or something. How do you attack that thing?
Man, oh man, where do I start? How about right there with the cupcake? Oh, wow. This thing is special. Ice cream in there as well. It's a very hot night, but this thing is keeping it together. FAMU, by the way, calls a timeout, but needed a little food break. This game has been going at 100 miles an hour since the start, so you know you got to hit.
Yeah,
you got to hit the food.
You got to have a little snack in there. Got to replenish the system so we can get through this game. And it's been a fun one so far. I'm going to go for one more bite of the burnt end sandwich here.
And there goes my diet too. I've been trying really hard to stay on the treadmill, you know, cut the calories. But our producer Brian Duvall not helping our cause at all.
Might have to get an extra workout in tomorrow.
I think so.
But it's good.
You got nothing to worry about. I still got some sit-ups to do. Hundreds of them tomorrow. The gym will be calling my name. FAMU. Now 1st down and 10 from the 20.
Now I got to find a napkin.
So a great play by Musa, keeping the Rattlers offense on the field. FAMU goes to the ground game. And again, this guy's been a load all night. Jaquez Yant takes it for about 1. The Bulls defense stops him right there.
He's so tough to take down. That was a lot of work there to just get the 1 yard. The South Florida defense doing a good job of swarming to the football.
When you need a yard or two, you know this guy is going to get the football in his hands. Florida A&M still within striking range here. Big win last week over Jackson State. Trying to improve to 2-0 on the year and beat the Bulls for the first time in program history. See in motion there is Sheree. Musa looks his way. Pump fakes. Now comes back near side. Pressure coming. He's got to get rid of it. And again, just held on to it a little bit too long as Man, players are flying all across the field.
Just nothing there for Musa to go to. South Florida did a great job of taking everything away. He wanted to go to Shareed on the wheel route down the sideline. Jason Vaughn did a great job of dropping back, taking that away. Musa extended the play, but South Florida stayed in coverage throughout that play, did a great job of giving him nowhere to go with the football.
2 of 4 on third downs. So a big play here for FAMU. Can have third and long. Remember, Bulls have forced 4 turnovers tonight. FAMU cannot afford to turn it over again. Musa gets out of trouble. He's got his man open, middle of the field. A great move made right there. That's Oxendine. Darian Oxendine out at midfield.
Musa is looking much more composed against the blitz in this second half. Watch from the left side of the screen. The blitz is going to come in, force him out of the pocket. He finds a way to step up, keeps the eyes down the field. Wide open receiver. Great move there from Oxendine and a big gain.
Toss it over the middle. And Bulls, they're immediately, as soon as that ball is caught, there's some hard hitting going on right now on the field. Nick Dixon going to be slow getting up. He took a shot.
That's a big hit right there. He did a good job to hang on to the football.
So 24-14, FAMU moving it. Rattlers not backing down here tonight.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
Yeah, say hi to Glenn from work.
I think I have a much better plan. We switched to my plan from Verizon for just $25 per line.
Wow, way better plan.
Save with my plan starting at just $25 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
Here it goes. I talk to my plants like they're babies. Hey, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It just helps you create an affordable price. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
We're using way too many platforms for work.
We're not using that many. That's our project management platform. That is for sales. Oh, that's for suppliers.
We have different platforms for HR, CRM, projects, marketing. We should just use Monday.com.
Unify the way you work into a single platform with Monday.com. Manage anything, such as projects, marketing, and sales, and work more efficiently than ever. Learn more at Monday.com.
And let yourself be here.
KFC's $20 fill-up box.
Alexa, play Kentucky Fried Chicken Night.
Make it a chicken night with KFC's $20 fill-up box.
BetterHelp takes the stigma out of getting counseling.
There's so many people who still have that stigma of going to a physical office or a location to see a therapist.
If I'm a client and I'm looking for help, sometimes it feels like something we should be ashamed of or we shouldn't want others to know.
BetterHelp is important because it reduces the barriers for people getting access to mental health care.
Point game. Rattlers trying to cut into that Bulls lead. 35-yard line of first down right there.
Moose has done a really nice job on this drive with his poise in the pocket, being able to slide around in the pocket. He picked up a first down with his legs. He's also been able to move around, keep the eyes down the field, get a couple big gains in the passing game.
FAMU showing run here, and they'll hand it off to their big back. South Florida once again waiting for him. Bulls doing a good job on the Bulls here tonight.
South Florida's been great against the run. Just 2.1 yards a carry for Florida A&M. The linebackers and the safeties have been flowing downhill and bottling things up.
He looks like a defensive end when he is out there, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. got the size of a defensive end at 235, 240 pounds. He still has the speed of a running back.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Jeremy Musa, 6'3", 225-pound quarterback, back to throw. Surveying the field. Too, he's got a live arm, and this should be good enough for the first. Had to get to the 25.
Well, Yant did a good job that time using his size to pick up the blitz. Look at one and White on the right side, picking up that blitz, giving Musa that extra second to find an open receiver and move the sticks.
And it's Shareed, the Texas State transfer, coming out of the Sun Belt. Really the replacement for Xavier Smith, superstar last year for FAMU. Good-looking player. Here's Musa again, in trouble. Oh, that is a big-time loss. Amaris Brown coming out of nowhere. Remember, he had that penalty, the throat slash earlier in this game, and he is able to bounce back right there.
Alex Golesh took him out of the game. Now he's back in, left side of the screen. Just comes in unblocked. A blown protection there from Florida A&M. As South Florida brings a corner blitz.
So you like to see that from number 9. It's a 12-yard loss. And it backs up the Rattlers to the 36. Got to get to the 14-yard line for a first down. It's a shifting defensively for South Florida. Musa going to try and do it with his arm again. Delivers right where it needs to be. Oh, slammed down that time. Daquan Evans. Willie Simmons wants a flag. Do you think there should be one?
The Bulls have been really physical tonight. No, I think that's okay. I mean, it's a hard hit. Musa, good job sticking in the pocket. He slings him down, but it's still within the course of the play.
That is a suplex in WWE right there.
Yeah. Bulls have been physical tonight, man. They've laid some licks.
Crowd will come alive here on 3rd down. 16 completions for Musa in this Rattlers offense. They've spread it around. South Florida again coming. Musa standing in. And that ball is caught. So again, it's going to be Marcus Riley, but we've got flags once more.
We'll have to check on that flag. They're going to be short of the sticks. But if that's where it's going to be, you got to go for it on 4th down.
Holding. Defense number 26. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And now FAMU doesn't have to worry about going for it. They've got a first down, and those penalties for South Florida have been so killer. Another one extending a drive.
So Patrick, they just had 2nd and 22 and able to get a first down out of it once more because of a Bulls penalty. Something South Florida definitely has to shore up before they be in conference play. First down from the 13. Handed off once more. That running game trying to come alive here is going down. Was Jennings again, just could not break away from the back.
Take a look at the Bulls defense getting off of blocks. It's Cheney and Harris that end up dragging him down.
Jalen Stokes right there, number 21. DJ Harris, number 11. It's a loss of 1. Run this one. Little misdirection play this time. It's Shareed. He'll take it to the 10. Show another short pickup. And it'll bring up a 3rd down at about 6 this time.
FAMU just trying to find a way to get Shareed the ball in space with his speed. But South Florida has done a great job of bottling him up all night long.
So call it 7 here for Musa in this Rattlers offense. Is this 4-down territory here if you're FAMU?
I think it is. I mean, down by 10 in an underdog situation, you got to be aggressive. Field goals aren't going to win you this game.
Here comes pressure again. All-out blitz. Lofted up. End zone. And incomplete. No flags this time on the South Florida defense. It'll be 4th down.
Daquan Evans with some good tight coverage on Shareed. Despite his speed, he's able to stick with him. Florida A&M is going to run the field goal kicker out on the field here.
So they're going to bring on Cameron Gillis here, the grad student out of Hungary. Also spent some time in the Stetson Hatters brand new football program. This will be a 27-yard attempt to cut South Florida's lead to 7. And Gillis's kick is up, and it is through. So Florida A&M manages to get something. They hold the ball for a long time. It's 24-17. We got a ball game here in Tampa. FAMU quarterback Jeremy Musa, that last drive really showed some guts, didn't it?
He was so composed against the pressure, stepping up, keeping the eyes down the field, finding an open receiver for a big gain, standing in the pocket with defenders in his face and delivering an accurate throw. Again, staying in the pocket with the poise. Musa has really improved as this game has gone on in dealing with the pressure, getting the ball out quickly, and staying composed in the pocket.
Yeah, really struggled midway through the first quarter to midway through the second quarter. But as you said, slowly got better. He's keeping this team together right now. Another short kick. Rattlers continue to try and keep that Bulls return unit off balance as they want no part of Kelly Joyner returning kicks. So, moments like this, if you're Byron Brown, you've played well, but still lots of football to play. Just a touchdown lead. Continue to play mistake-free football.
Got to protect the football like Brown has done all night, and he's got to be able to hit on a couple of those deep balls. He's been close a couple of times, missed a couple open receivers.
Touchdown lead for the Bulls here. 4:50 left to go, third quarter. Brown, short throw. Atkins gets his hands on it. And he has got it up to the 33. So Sean Atkins done a little bit of everything tonight. He's involved on a long passing play as well, delivering a strike. And it's 2nd and 10. Keep it on the ground now. The Bulls running backs have done their job tonight. And this will be taken up to the 39-yard line, about 4 yards shy of a first.
A rush for almost 400 yards last week. Not quite to that level tonight, but still getting it done.
That's Michael Dukes again, standing in his Brown. Goes to that quick slant. That is knocked away, and that is a good play No pass interference going to come this time, as on the coverage was Morgan, and now another decision for USF, and they have got to send the punting team on again.
A good timing by Eric Smith there to get in, break that up without pass interference. And on this end of the field, deep, you're not deep in your own territory, but you're in your own territory, and just a one-score game, you got to punt it away.
Eric Smith involved that time. Andrew Stokes on the field to punt it away for the Bulls. This kick is absolutely blasted. And fair caught at the 14-yard line. The 29-year-old Andrew Stokes. This American football thing, I think he's got it down pat right now.
Oh, yeah. He never even saw an American football game in person until he started playing here at USF, but he's looking pretty good. Had some nice deep punts tonight. Florida A&M with an opportunity to tie the game here. And when Willie Simmons made that decision to kick the field goal instead of going for it on fourth down, he was saying, I trust my defense. I'm going to prolong this game, make it a one-score game. I trust my defense to get us the ball back, and they rewarded that trust, getting the ball right back to the offense.
So FAMU could tie this game up if they were to march it down the field here. They got to go 86 yards. Jeremy Musa, low snap that time. He's got to bend down, and now scrambling. Gets the pass away, but that play just did not look good from the start. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that's a play that Florida A&M has had success with tonight, where they play action with the counter and two pulling offensive linemen and then roll it out. But because of that drop snap, South Florida had an extra second to sniff that out and cover up the receivers.
Yeah, they had that fumble earlier on tonight into the first half. That's a play that really looms large right now with this 7-point differential. Joseph Henry, the offensive coordinator, he told us they left a lot of points on the field last week at Western Kentucky. Don't want that same problem here in Tampa. Here's Musa, short throw, looking for Shareed again. Ball is on the ground, but this will be incomplete.
Never had it. That's an incomplete pass. Yeah, we'll get another look here.
You know, when you're the receiver, that's a tough ball to catch and try and do anything with it.
When you got some big 250-pound dudes closing in on you, you're going to take a shot. It's hard to hang on to that ball.
Third down story tonight. Crowd will come alive here in Tampa. South Florida wants to get their offense back on the field. Musa standing in, delivering again, incomplete. Threw it a little bit high that time. South Florida had it sniffed out. It'll be fourth down.
The Bulls dropped 8 that time. They only rushed 3. Typically, they've been bringing the pressure, bringing the blitzes on third down. That time they played coverage. Still had an open receiver, but Musa just wasn't accurate enough.
Maris Brown still doing some chirping out there.
Yeah, he might not have learned his lesson fully from the penalty earlier, but I'm sure the coaching staff's going to have another conversation with him this week when they look at the film.
So another punting situation here. Trey Wilhoit will kick it away for FAMU. Pretty good kick. Bit of a wobbler. Taken at the 45-yard line by Atkins. Atkins gets near midfield. He's taken down right there. Tevin Griffey on special teams, the Dr. Phillips High School product with the tackle.
Out of Orlando, good punt coverage there. Get down there quickly and not giving any room for Atkins. And Wilhoit's a good punter too. He's pinned a couple inside the 20. Had a good game last week against Jackson State. Couple good punters in this game.
So South Florida in a tight football game here. Remember, FAMU has won the last 10 games that they have suited up for. South Florida's lost their last 11, so this by no means a cupcake game for the Bulls. First and 10. Byron Brown fakes it, stands in there, and delivers incomplete. Michael Dukes, his intended target, got caught up, and Brown took a shot that time.
A little pressure. Gentle Hunt getting in there from his defensive tackle spot. Florida A&M did a good job in the back end too. They didn't let that motion rattle them. Communicated well in passing off the receivers.
Gonna run it. Not much there. FAMU's defense really digging in. we started this game, Patrick, it felt like we could be at a 48-45 shootout. One of those games, but both teams have done a good job adjusting, and it's sort of a dogfight right now.
The defenses have stepped up the pressure, and the penalties have slowed things down as well.
Third down and 10. It's Brown. He'll take it himself this time. Far side. Just cannot get to those chains. About 3 yards before that marker. And he's got a big smile as he comes back this way. Good decision by the youngster.
Right up the middle again. Gentle Hunt, the defensive tackle, with the pressure. And too many Rattlers recognizing it and coming up, not letting Brown pick up the first down, but they're going to go for it here.
So here's Byron Brown on 4th down and 4. Big situation here for these Bulls. Brown started as a 4th stringer when he came to campus at USF. Here he is leading the charge tonight. And they draw the FAMU defense offside.
Kendall Bowler at the top of the screen. Jumped too early.
Offside. Defense number 3 with contact. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Top of the screen, the corner, Bowler knew he wanted to get physical with the receiver and just jumped too early on the hard count from Brown.
That's one of those where on Monday in the film room, you're certainly going to remember.
Absolutely. They're going to look at that one again and say, come on, guys. Costing us a first down on 4th down.
South Florida wants to pound it. Michael Dukes nearly broke free. Took it to the 30-yard line. And that has given this South Florida offense new life here. South Florida barely time to line up. I mean, they work so fast.
Going lightning speed tempo there, just ran the same play.
And it puts pressure not just on the FAMU defense, but everybody, the chain gang, the coaches, everybody involved on the sidelines, the officials, our television crew, everybody.
Yeah, that up tempo, everyone's got to adjust.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
There you see right there too. Substitutions, definitely a challenge whenever they're running this fast.
You can't sub in that situation. You have to wait until South Florida subs. And that's why Alex Golesh loves going with this tempo. It can make the defense unsound in a number of different ways. Even simple as trying to substitute somebody or trying to get lined up properly.
So officials, I think, trying to make sure where they spot the football here.
The chains were set incorrectly. It's 1st and 5, USF.
So for South Florida, 1st down and 5, I think you maybe take a shot here. Nonetheless, officials say 1st down and 5 as they got to get it to the 19-yard line. Perhaps USF takes a shot at the end zone here in this situation.
One-on-one matchup with Naeem Simmons at the bottom of the screen. Off coverage, though.
Not much work in there on 1st down. Plethora of running backs for the Bulls. Michael Dukes that time. Running back room very talented at South Florida. Here's Brown over the middle. Had his man briefly. Just overshot him that time. The tight end Weston Wolf, the Maryland transfer.
Pretty good coverage there. I mean, he had a window just for a moment. And I think just a little too much velocity on that ball. I mean, he was open. The ball was there. It was accurate, but Wolf just didn't have time to get the hands up. He got to put a little bit more touch on that throw.
So just like that, it's 3rd and 5 now. Rattlers D trying to dig in, trying to keep this Bulls offense off the scoreboard. Run that quick throw to Atkins. Atkins with the move. He is down the sideline, and he's got a first down.
Atkins showing off the agility, and he got a nice block on the outside as well to open some space from him. Joffrey Brown, look at 1 in green, gets that block, opens up the space. Atkins does the rest with the move.
Brown looking to that side again. Byron Brown stays alive. He has got a block, and he struts into the end zone.
Byron Brown, so dangerous with the legs in the open field, the shiftiness, the agility. Watch the move here. He's got a scramble, nobody open, dancing around, making a couple guys miss, get some help from Sean Atkins on the edge, and another rushing touchdown for Brown.
I love what this kid brings to the table. Byron Brown scores for South Florida. John Cannon, his extra point up and good. He looked like Vince Young back in the day playing against USC.
Ability, or maybe Quentin Flowers if you're a South Florida fan. Dancing around, strong enough to shake off Gentle Hunt. Atkins gets in the way, and you see the excitement that Brown can bring to this offense, the potential of what he can do. If he can hit on a couple of more of those deep balls, be a little bit more accurate, he can be a fantastic quarterback for the Bulls.
2 rush touchdowns tonight for Byron Brown. I'll tell you what, you mentioned Quentin Flowers. With all due respect, I don't think Quentin Flowers could do that. Stop on a dime like that, stay alive, keep a play going, and work like that in tight spaces.
Yeah, Brown's got a chance to be one of the best in South Florida history at QB if he continues to develop. And coaching staff loves him. Alex Golish has said that he likes his quarterback room, that he thinks he has some guys with a similar skill set to Hendon Hooker. And you see 9 different starting QBs since Quentin Flowers left. They had a couple of really good seasons, 11-2, 10-2 in 2016, 2017 under Quentin Flowers. And since then, quarterback has been an issue for South Florida. But Byron Brown looks like he can be the guy to bring the Bulls back to relevance.
Yeah, remember this team thought Gary Bohannon was going to be the guy last year, the former Baylor quarterback. Had the shoulder injury to end his season last year. Going into camp, they thought he may be the guy. But right now, it is Brown's job to lose.
Bohannon's still dealing with that shoulder injury, but the coaching staff really likes Brown and what he brings, the accuracy that he's shown in practice, the way he can operate the offense with the tempo, get them into the right situations, get them moving, and the athletic ability that we just saw on that touchdown run.
Big Zach Perkins gets up off the ground. South Florida fans give him a round of applause. An 8-play drive completed, 53 yards. Coach Golish and the Bulls keeping it together here. They have played quality football tonight. I'll tell you what, it's really a testament to the fact that they have not been able to deliver the knockout blow to FAMU just yet, because it just shows what a good team the Rattlers are. They've turned it over 4 times, and yet they're still not out of this football game.
The Rattlers are so tough defensively. They've been doing a good job getting some pressure on Brown. Been good in coverage at times. Just haven't been able to force any turnovers to create some extra momentum.
Well, American football fans, don't miss a second of the action this fall on ESPN Plus. Not just football, but all sports. You have 120 plus men's and women's soccer games, as well as 180 plus volleyball matches to choose from. ESPN Plus is also the home of all AAC All Access features, including Mining for Greatness, following Charlotte football all season long. Catch all the action here on ESPN Plus.
That Charlotte show has got to be pretty interesting with Biff Poggi at head coach. He's been a fiery guy.
Comes off the ball carrier. Actually, it's a USF player. He's got to get that hat replaced. Rashad Cheney, the former Minnesota Gopher.
I've seen a few helmets come off tonight. Been some physical football.
Cheney originally out of Georgia. ankle injury last year. Hopes that is back to 100% here in 2023. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Hands go up in the air with the four fingers for the Bulls. Is this the first win of the Alex Golesh era? South Florida thinks so. Start of the fourth quarter here on a college football Saturday night in Tampa. USF Sun Dolls entertaining the home fans as the Bulls closing in on what would be the first win in the Alex Golesh era. 2-touchdown lead for the Bulls. Jeremy Musa and the Rattlers offense back on the field. Second down and 12. FAMU has shown tremendous resilience here tonight. Terrell Jennings tries to elude a tackle. Great effort that time. Keeps it alive, taken down at the 22.
It was Michael Williams, a defensive end, that stepped up, made the initial hit, got in the hole, prevented Jennings from getting upfield, and then his teammates came and helped him out, cleaning it up.
Jennings, another grad student, trying to make the most of his fifth year in college football. Lost a yard. It's 3rd and 13. Musa stepping up again. So much pressure coming from every different direction. Just no chance that time.
South Florida only rushed 3, and they're still able to get home and affect Musa. Jonathan Ross is the one that gets to him, makes him get that ball out quick.
So 4th down situation here for FAMU. They will punt it away. Bulls with a good start here to this 4th quarter. So once again, it's Will Hoyt on the field for the Rattlers. Gets a short kick away. Atkins going to let this bounce. Takes a South Florida bounce. Be down on the Rattlers side of the field at the 49-yard line. 31-17. Bulls football when we return. A look at our game trends here tonight. Total yards, South Florida with the edge. Also the turnover story. FAMU has really struggled in that category, and altogether 23 total penalties.
So many penalties tonight, but the turnovers have been the big difference in the game. 4 of them for the Rattlers, including a fumble inside the USF 10-yard line that could have led to more points.
So South Florida football, 48-yard line, as they now move left to right. Brown firing towards the far sideline and threw it just short and complete.
That's the freshman, Tyree Kelly. He just slipped and fell down, or else he probably could have made that catch.
If you're South Florida here, 14-point lead, what do you want to see here, Patrick?
You want to attack and go put more points on the board and put this game away.
Still plenty of time to do that. This one's caught. Really physical play going on out there. Kelly Joyner able to make that catch.
There's been some hard hits for both teams. Playing tough, playing physical. You like to see it.
3rd down now. FAMU trying to cave in that line, and Brown able to take off, slide down just as he gets across that 1st down marker.
A good read there by Brown to pull it. But on those slides, it's where you start the slide, not where you go down or where you finish it. It might have been close. I don't know if he really got that 1st down.
They do move the chains. 1st down, South Florida. Brown not going to get out of this, though. Rattlers, they keep on coming. Here we are in the 4th quarter. Usually the numbers edge goes to the FBS team, and the Rattlers are standing right up to it.
We've been talking about the South Florida defense pressuring FAMU actually has more sacks. Just several Rattlers getting in there, including Alan Smith, Anthony Dunn. Brown looking a little bit.
So that was Donald Hall, the big defensive lineman, there with the sack. Byron Brown, a little bit shaken up on the play.
We got a Subaru Forester Wilderness to discover all the places that make us feel something more.
Subaru is the National Park Foundation's largest corporate donor, helping expand access for all.
Keeping work processes on track can be a big challenge. When you have to keep everything connected, or chasing up work you can't see. But work can run smoother than this when you use Monday.com, the seamless way to connect people and tools to efficient workflows. Learn how at Monday.com.
I used to get so anxious when it was time to send the kids back to school every year because it meant saying goodbye to any free time. But HelloFresh changed everything, and it literally feels like we get 3 extra hours in our life every day.
Everything you need gets delivered right to your door. They have recipes that take 10 minutes. It's much better than takeout, and it's a lot cheaper too.
I couldn't believe it, but our kids love the recipes.
If you want to eat better without spending hours in the kitchen, you got to try it.
Go to HelloFresh.com/GoHulu.
Welcome back to Tampa. You take a look at Byron Brown. He's going to get hit on the left wrist. Gentle Hunt coming in, trying to strip that football out. And Brown, during the break, was holding onto that left thumb. He already has some kind of half glove, and now we got a new quarterback in the game.
Now the quarterback is Bryce Archie, taking his first snap under some heavy pressure. And he throws it near side, incomplete. Bryce Archie, the Coastal Carolina transfer. This young man was recruited once by Alex Golesh when Golesh was at UCF with Josh Heupel. Golesh went to Tennessee. Archie went to Coastal Carolina, and now the two have a chance to reunite. So 3rd down and 15. Let's see if he can keep this Bulls offense on the field. Tough throw under pressure, and again, give FAMU credit. Right now, they are not giving up on this football game.
And the Rattlers have been active up front all night. They've been getting after the quarterback. They've got 5 sacks. They were in there again. They were all over that screen. Nothing doing for USF.
Golesh talking with Brown, saying, hey, you okay? Do you have enough to close this game? It looks like it is not anything serious, but that's just by the looks of it.
And typically the left hand as a quarterback, you can deal with it as long as you can receive the snap.
So that'll be taken at the 10-yard line as the fair catch by Shareed. So here we are, 31-17. Rattlers not out of it just yet. It's been a wild football game. Downside, lots of penalties. The good side, we've seen some big-time plays on both sides of the football here tonight.
It's been a lot of fun. The Rattlers have really hung around in this game. They went out and scored quickly on the first drive of the game, announced their presence, say, hey, we're here to compete. It's been a fun game. A lot of big plays on both sides. Bryce Brown's looked good with the legs. Jeremy Musa has played much better here in the second half, staying poised in the pocket. Can he lead the Rattlers on another drive to keep them in this game?
See big Jeremiah Pruitt, the tight end, lining up on the left side. Musa over the middle, continues to throw and connect. Big number 88, Nicholas Dixon, has been a problem. Still on his feet.
All those broken tackles from Dixon. 6'2", 200-pound wideout from right there in Tallahassee. The play action has worked well tonight. Now look at the broken tackles here. Slips through one, bounces off of Brown like a bumper car, gets a block from Marcus Riley. The tight ends have been active tonight in the passing game.
That's a 26-yard gain up to the 46. Rattlers again going to the air. This one is tipped. Flag will come down far side of the field, and this could be on South Florida here. Had a lot of illegal contacts tonight, a lot of holding penalties from the secondary.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 2, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
There's another one. I think that's the third defensive holding tonight. You get Braxton Clark that time.
So Braxton Clark, the Nebraska transfer. Look at the penalties tonight, 14 of them. Clearly going to be the #1 initiative that South Florida's got to clear up before they begin conference play.
25 penalties in the first 2 games. Definitely got to get a hand on that.
First down. Jeremy Musa still willing. This offense for FAMU lofts a pass. The tight spiral caught at the 20-yard line and out of bounds. Wow. Jamari Gassett, the junior from right here in Tampa Bay Tech high school graduate.
Holding. Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Just as the Rattlers are celebrating, and you always like to see a local kid being from the area make a play like that, but it's coming back.
Cameron Coben, the right tackle, top of the screen, 76. He's just got the arm bar around the chin of the defensive lineman there, Jaquez Williams, and they're going to get you for that one every time.
How impressed with you? How impressed are you with Musa tonight?
I've been impressed with the way he's improved as the game has gone on. He's stayed poised, hasn't been rattled, has been able to stand up against some pressure and make some really nice throws down the middle of the field.
FAMU going to have to make up for that. Musa's got to scramble back for it. Picks it up off the ground and delivers. Oh, another hard hit. Chris Townsell, the safety, comes flying out of nowhere. And that could be a penalty here. Marcus Riley gets thrown down. There is a flag on the far side of the field here.
That's well after the play. Probably an unnecessary roughness.
There's no foul. Result of the play, second down.
FAMU crowd wanted a penalty that time.
Maybe they thought it was incidental contact, just running into each other. But that's another example there of Musa just staying composed. A bad snap, and he calmly scoops it up and turns around and fires a strike to a receiver.
Brings up 2nd and 11 here. Drew Felios, Patrick Murray with you tonight from Raymond James Stadium. 31-17. Bulls leading the Rattlers. Still plenty of time, though, for FAMU. That ball's going to be thrown high and away as Jamari Gassett was the intended target. It'll be third down.
I want to see what South Florida's going to do defensively here. Early in the game on these third longs, they were bringing all kinds of blitzes. They were getting to Musa. Lately, they've been dropping 8 and only rushing 3. I'd stick with that strategy because the last time they rushed 3 and dropped 8, they still got to him.
South Florida crowd will come alive here at home. Third down story here tonight. Could be 4-down territory here if you're FAMU. Musa standing in. Perfect touch on it. It's caught to the 10. Touchdown, Rattlers. Breaking away, Kelvin Dean. And FAMU continuing to make a statement here in Tampa.
Beautiful throw from Musa. They get a mismatch. The running back, Dean, on the defensive lineman, and DJ Harris, the edge player. And Dean just blows right by him with his speed. Musa delivered a beautiful ball. That's a big play for FAMU to cut it to 1 score.
Cameron Gillis on for the extra point. A 4-play drive completed by the Rattlers. Went nearly the length of the field.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Now let's see if that has any effect here on this kick, because it's at a very important point here coming up, making a 7-point game.
Moving it back 5 yards, you never know. I don't know how you get a delayed game on a PAT, though. You got to be ready.
45-yard touchdown. And now the extra point. So Gillis's extra point is right down the middle. 31-24. Celebration chain in effect for the Rattlers, making HBCU Nation really proud. Just a touchdown game here in Tampa, 31-24, over 10 minutes to play. South Florida trying to get their first win of the season, first in 12 games. Florida A&M will send Michael Smith on the field to kick it off here. And if you're South Florida, Patrick, the big question is your quarterback will be back in the fold. Byron Brown was shaken up for South Florida. He was taken out of the game momentarily. Will we see him again?
It looks like he's standing with the offense, getting ready to come on the field. That's going to be key because South Florida needs to get another touchdown here to try to put this game away.
Taken from the 29. Against the big tight end. Gunnar Greenwald on the spot. And he'll take it up to the 44-yard line. Greenwald's good job tonight in that role. And Shane's going to stay on for a long time. Kelvin Dean Jr. Off that wheel route, when a running back gets out like that in space, the result's usually good.
Yeah, he was wide open, and they did a good job of creating that matchup with a 240-pound edge player in DJ Harris, and Dean's going to win that matchup more times than not. Lusa made a nice throw, and now Brown's back in the game to try and extend this lead for South Florida.
So a good sign for the Bulls. Starting quarterback back in. 1st and 10 from the 44. Brown, again, stutter steps, tries to get away from that defense, can't do it. Number 28, been flying around tonight, Johnny Chaney Jr., the junior out of Orlando.
FAMU's playing some press coverage to try and take away those screens. They were trying to throw a screen to the outside that time. South Florida might have to go deeper down the field.
Brown wants the home run. Got a man breaking free. And he is hit as that ball is delivered. That's going to be incomplete. That was Joffrey Brown. This is a guy that I think they need to find ways to get him the ball more. Number 1 in green.
He could be a game breaker. Had an 84-yard touchdown catch last week at Western Kentucky. His brother Diami is playing in the NFL. This is good coverage, though. You got a safety coming over the top to help. And Brown just leaves that one out of bounds.
So 3rd and long, spinning out of it is Brown. Rattlers trying to stay contained in coverage. It's caught. Big play that time. Sean Atkins, the 3rd down savior for South Florida.
Byron Brown, he's improvising again, and he's got such good chemistry with Sean Atkins. They work well together in that scramble drill. Atkins finding some open space, and Brown hits him.
Here's Brown again. Rattlers not getting him, not letting him get away that time. Number 20 came up, Jordan Moore on the tackle.
Moore coming in on a delayed blitz from his linebacker spot. Brown just couldn't escape that time. He's been so good tonight at extending the play. Couldn't do it that time.
Weston Wolf, the tight end right there, number 18. Naquan Wright, number 5. South Florida not working as quick as they were in the first half. They've slowed down a little bit. A lot of the exhilaration from those opening minutes has been exhausted here. Late in games, 4th quarter, this is when you got to band together, Patrick, and find a way to win. Everything out the door, all the intangibles, it's just that winning mentality. Do the Bulls have it right here, right now?
This is important for a growing program. You have to expect to win in this situation.
Brown delivers. That quick slant again, short of the 30, as it's reeled in there by Michael Brown-Stevens.
We've got an injured Rattler down in the backfield.
So once again, one of those big defensive linemen caught up in the crosshairs. It's 4th and 6 when we come back.
The hexagon, the perfect building block for innovation. Using a patterned design and hybrid construction, Hexlad combines the performance of stainless steel cookware with the convenience of non-stick. And that all adds up to this. Welcome to the hybrid revolution. Welcome to Hexlad.
I remember being on AAU trips, high school games. My mom would always say, you need to fuel the body and you need salt. I'm like, why do I need salt? Who's going to do that? She literally would make me rip open a pack of salt, pour it in my hand, and I would lick my hand. Sure enough, I will always be the kid not cramping. I will always be the kid energized, ready to go. Fast forward 20 years and go from eating salt out of my palm to drinking Element.
When you get your next big idea, say sparkly ketchup, Grammarly's tone suggestions can help pitch it with confidence to get your team on board.
Did you see her email?
Already calling vendors.
Oh no, a project hiccup.
We need a squeezy bottle.
Good idea. With a more diplomatic approach, your request will get a better response. Problem solved. Grammarly can make all the difference in your professional success. Download at Grammarly.com today.
Subway refreshed their ingredients, their menu, and now they're slicing their meats fresh. That's why their new Subway Series subs are preferred by this champ.
And this future champ.
Pros who are talking heads prefer fresh sliced turkey.
And pros who use their heads prefer fresh sliced ham.
More deli meats are preferred by this QB.
And preferred by his old backup QB.
And if we prefer it, we know you'll prefer it too. Is this slice as good as your tennis slice?
I can't answer that, but yes.
We got a Subaru Forester Wilderness to discover all the places that make us feel.
Next week's American football slate starts Thursday on ESPN with a league matchup between Navy and Memphis, 7:30 Eastern Time. Then Friday night, UTSA battles Army, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Then next Saturday on ABC, it's USF hosting Alabama. Alabama ranked number 3 right now, but if this score holds up against Texas, they are down late in that football game, 34-24. Crimson Tide likely to come in here with a loss next week. Very interesting. So here we go, 4th and 6 for Brown and the Bulls. They go for the long pass near the end zone. Touchdown! Naeem Simmons breaking free. How did he get so wide open?
The defender fell down. The guy was covering up, just slipped and fell down. Simmons is wide open, and Brown put it on him. He made a nice throw, one of his better throws of the night.
Byron Brown has been clutch tonight. I think South Florida has found their quarterback of the future. Extra point up and good by Cannon. One more look.
Brown staying composed with some pressure in his face. Delivers a beautiful ball. And Eric Smith just fell down. There's another look. If you look on the right side of the screen, you see Smith on the ground. Simmons able to just run right by him. Run under that throw.
Naeem Simmons, he was a superstar in FCS football. Played for Wagner University. Only had 1 catch last week. Wanted to do better here tonight. He just did. Get this. He's never eaten red meat or pork in his entire life. Never touched it.
We've got to bring him this burnt end mac and cheese that we just had. That'll change his life.
It's not easy being number 6. Let me tell you. What an opportunity, though, for him to come here to Tampa. Play under this offense with Alex Golish pulling the strings.
That's one of the cool things about the transfer portal is seeing guys that have been able to come up from D2 or the FCS level and get a chance at the FBS level. Tyrese Chambers was a guy that was really good in the FCS and played for FIU. Now he's at Maryland. Naeem Simmons getting a shot here with the Bulls.
So FAMU starting to lose some hope here. Now a 2-score game. Still plenty of time. Naeem Simmons, 3 catches tonight, 59 yards, and that big score.
Alex Golish really likes this receiver room. He feels like he's got everything he needs. When everyone is healthy, they're starting to get everybody healthy now in the receiver room. And he feels like he's got what he needs in that group to be explosive in the passing game. You saw that from Simmons there.
So Jeremy Musa and FAMU, was that the knockout blow that we just saw? They'll run it. Their big running back, Jaquez Yan, he's been neutralized tonight. Dragged down by the ankle that time. Number 5 on the stop, Tramel Logan.
It feels like it was the knockout blow. Down 14 now. 7 minutes to go. It's going to have to be a quick score for FAMU here, but we got to give the Rattlers credit. They have stayed in this game all night long. They've fought hard, played physical, Those 4 turnovers have really killed him, though.
Numbers for Musa. Jeremy Musa is caught over the middle. And that's 88 again. This guy's a really good player. Nicholas Dixon out of Tallahassee. Tremendous hands. Big, tall target as well.
Dixon's a bit of a changeup for them. They've got the smaller speed guys in Riley and Shareed, and Dixon is the bigger possession receiver that can move the chains for you.
South Florida now trying to make a late substitution here. Big number 6, Emmanuel Hickman, the nose tackle. Able to get off the field, first down. Musa still throwing it. Tell you what, showing some kind of resilience. Shareed takes a big hit. This Bulls secondary right now lowering the boom.
Good hit from Barry Hill, just dropping the shoulder on him. But Musa again staying composed with the blitz, coming right in his face, seeing the field well, and what a shot from Barry Hill.
It's been big boy football here tonight.
Yeah, you got to be tough to get through this game.
Under 6 to play. Run it one more time. 55 with the stop. Andrew Mata'afa. That's the first time we've called the Utah transfer's name for South Florida as he takes down Terrell Jennings.
Got a lot of transfers on the South Florida defense and a lot of depth. Even behind Mata'afa, they've got Jamie Petway, an FAU transfer, former 4-star. They're still trying to get him into the system. He came in late in the summer, and he's going to be another contributor for them.
4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6. Rattlers cannot avoid another rush here. Big number 53, right up the gut that time.
DeJuan Cease doing a good job of reading that, recognizing that Musa kept it, didn't hand it off, makes the stop.
FAMU right now looks like there'd be a little bit more sense of urgency here in this moment. Looks like they're taking their time just a bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see them not go more up-tempo, recognizing it's a 2-score game and needing to score quickly, but they're just trying to make sure they're in the right plays and maybe getting a little bit tired late in this game.
3rd down. Musa standing in. Bulls coming. Just flips it up in the air. FAMU making something out of absolutely nothing. Terrell Jennings gets it near the 40.
That was kind of some Patrick Mahomes stuff there. Just finding any way you can to get the ball to your receiver.
This play's going to come alive here, Patrick. It's going to be 4th down and short.
Here's where the Bulls can put it away with a stop.
Rattlers working a little too quick that time. A flag going to come down.
Before the ball was snapped, timeout. USF, their 2nd. Correction, their 1st of the half.
So if USF can find a way to get off the field here, get a stop, that would likely be the ball game. Big play coming up here for the Rattlers.
Got to convert. FAMU's got to convert here to keep things alive. They've had such a hard time running the ball tonight. I think you got to go to the air, go play action, roll Musa out, give him a chance to flip it to a tight end in the flat, or run it if he's got some open field.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule here for South Florida. Next week they'll focus on Alabama. Then you got Rice looming on the 23rd before heading to Navy and UAB, Trent Dilfer's squad.
Yeah, it's an interesting conference this year with some of the new schools coming in. Florida Atlantic, could that end up being a rivalry for South Florida as you get into it for a few years? A couple of in-state schools making the trip to Memphis. That's going to be tough. And at UTSA, the Roadrunners are good this year and won the last 2 Conference USA championships, now moving into the American. A couple tough games on the schedule.
Rice and Houston going to overtime. Deadlocked at 28. That's a battle right now. Here, a 2-touchdown game. Rattlers trying to get a 1st down. And it's going to be close. Looked like he may have gotten it with that 2nd effort. It was Terrell Jennings. They depend on the spot here, and it looks like a 1st down.
Looks like they got a good job by Jennings to keep the pad level low and keep driving.
It is indeed a 1st. Still a sliver of hope here if you're FAMU.
Got a chance, but with the pace that they're going, may end up needing an onside kick if they can score a touchdown here.
Shareed in motion. Try and get him the football. And Musa just under duress again. Throws it away.
Mataafa coming up, putting the pressure on Musa, making that pass be inaccurate. FAMU just hasn't been able to get Shareed the ball tonight. He's their game breaker, guy with a lot of speed, can make some big plays, but just hasn't been there tonight.
We had a chance to speak with defensive coordinator Todd Orlando yesterday at the Leroy Selman Center on campus at USF. Player down right there, that's Anthony Dunn Jr. Rather, that's Cardell Thomas, the offensive lineman, who was shaken up. But back to my point, Bulls defensive coordinator Todd Orlando talked about the 6 new starters this year, talked about the physicality, and said, no doubt, you see the biggest improvement in your team from week 1 to week 2. Given what we saw last week for South Florida, what we've seen tonight, how much has the improvement been?
They've improved quite a bit and just being more disruptive, getting pressure on the quarterback and forcing the turnovers. I mean, 3 turnovers caused by the defense, 1 on special teams, and that's what Todd Orlando wants. He wants to be aggressive. You know, you're going to, in this day and age of the offenses now, you're going to give up some yards, you're going to give up some points, but can you affect the game through pressuring the quarterback and creating turnovers? And South Florida's done that tonight.
In a hot and humid night tonight in Tampa, cramps. Surprised we have not had more of them throughout the course of the night. That could be the case here. Cardell Thomas being looked at.
A transfer from LSU, former 4-star, spent 4 years with the Bayou Bengals. Now coming down to FAMU to try and help them win a Celebration Bowl, and he's a key piece for the Rattlers, so you hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, you got your left guard who went to LSU. You've got your left tackle, Jalen Goss, who went to Florida State. You've got big-time talent along that offensive line, and hopefully this young man's going to be okay.
Jalen Goss at left tackle, the Florida State transfer, has been a little banged up to start the year, too. Only played half the game last week. You've seen his back up in the games at times tonight. If you're a FAMU fan, you really are hoping for some more health on that offensive line, because that can be a strength of this team.
So 2nd down and 10. Run the clock with 3:45 here. Rattlers need to make something happen offensively. And again, South Florida continues to just fly into those gaps. That was Mataafa again.
So much depth on the South Florida defense. They go 3 deep on the defensive line. They'll play 2 and 3 different guys at some different linebacker positions. Mataafa, the Utah transfer, going to be a big piece for him. He's very experienced, 38 games played in 5 years with the Utes.
Third down and 12. Turnovers has been the story tonight. Bulls have been unable to force one, though, here in the second half. Musa's going to go down. South Florida now a play away from putting this football game away. And it's number 4, Jason Vaughn, celebrating.
Showing a lot of strength there. He was getting blocked by an offensive lineman, was able to reach out with one hand and take down Musa.
So the Rattlers' chance is going to come down to this, a 4th and 16. Got to convert this to keep this drive alive. If not, it's going to be Bulls football, and that's going to be your ball game. Musa standing in, delivering, intercepted. Logan Berryhill again. Second time tonight. It's the 5th turnover of the game. And for South Florida, it could be at just the right time to put this one away.
That should do it. Berryhill with a nice play. Really no choice for Musa there but to just try and force that one in. At 4th and 16, you got to try and get it beyond the sticks. Tried to fit it into double coverage. Berryhill does a good job of reading the quarterback's eyes, stepping in front of that one, making his 2nd pick of the night. Now you got to go into your 4-minute offense if you're the Bulls. Pound it on the ground, chew up this final 2:08.
haven't experienced a winning feeling here for South Florida football in quite some time. Fans are ready to celebrate. Bull's going to try and put this one away. Stay in bounds here. So that's Naquan Wright. Coach Willie Simmons. FAMU likely going to drop to 0-5 here all time against South Florida. They're getting close. I did this football game, Patrick, a couple years ago. FAMU had a good start, but they faded about late second quarter, early third quarter. South Florida ran away with it. This game, much closer here tonight. That means you're making strides as a program if you're the Rattlers.
The Rattlers took it all the way into the fourth quarter tonight. It was a game deep into this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rattlers go undefeated the rest of the way.
Naquan Wright up to the 34. Let's see what FAMU trying to take some timeouts here. Some frustrated Rattlers on the other side. Sharif Say there, defensive lineman.
Got to stay composed here. I know you're frustrated. You thought you played pretty well, had a chance to win this game. Some penalties, some turnovers don't go your way. It can get frustrating. Got to stay composed here. Don't get any penalties or any suspensions.
Well, it's time now for our Geico Player of the Game. Brought to you by Geico, proud partner of the American. How about Byron Brown, what he was able to do with his arm, with his legs as well. 220 total yards, 5 scores.
3 touchdowns through the air, 2 on the ground. He did a great job extending plays with his legs, scrambling to run for a touchdown, scrambling to pass for touchdowns. Finally hit on a deep ball there. Great throw to Naeem Simmons, and Brown protected the football as well, didn't turn it over. He looks like the guy for South Florida that can be their man for the next few years.
Naquan Wright going to be the ball carrier here. He'll go down shy of the 30-yard line. So 4th down coming up. Likely punting situation here for the Bulls. And FAMU, they'll stop the clock here with 1 minute 10 seconds. So a chance to get the ball back still with some time if you're the Rattlers. But it's going to be really, really tough. Even if you did score, to follow it up with another score as well.
It's going to take a miracle. You got to get a quick score, get an onside kick, get another quick score. It's going to be tough, but A&M's going to keep fighting. FAMU's going to give it a shot.
Bulls coaching staff talked about how much fun it's been so far coming to Tampa, joining Alex Golish, and that's the biggest challenge when you are a first-time head coach. Can you find your guys to follow you to that stop? Coach Golish able to assemble a great staff here. Joel Gordon, the offensive coordinator, really dialed in here tonight, did a great job calling plays.
That was a big thing for Golish in coming to South Florida. One of the biggest things he wanted from the administration was, I got to have the salary pool for my staff. And they increased the salary pool by $1 million for him to bring in the staff he wanted.
Check some scores from around the American here tonight. That Ole Miss Tulane game, that was close for quite a while. Texas State comes up short. UTSA, that's a final 20-13. Texas State had that big win in week 1. How about Navy over Wagner? Marshall over East Carolina. Washington, a big win over Tulsa. SMU, toe-to-toe with Oklahoma. Georgia Southern, key touchdown win over UAB.
I was expecting that SMU-Oklahoma game to have a lot more points, just 28-11. I think SMU is going to be a top contender in the American this year. They're talented enough to win the conference.
Shareed in motion one more time. Musa will take a sack. South Florida not going to let him out of their grasp. Going to put the cherry on the sundae of this, their first win in 2023. Jonathan Ross flying in that time.
4th sack of the night for South Florida. Didn't have any last week. Played against a really good offense, really good quarterback in Austin Reed, who gets the ball out quickly. They pressured him some. They've gotten a lot more pressure tonight on Jeremy Musa and those 4 sacks.
5-yard loss. Clock now at 20 seconds. Dixon, not much doing. And that could be the final play in this game. Clock will continue to run, and that will do it. So the South Florida Bulls get a really stiff challenge from Florida A&M, but just outplay and outlast the Rattlers. And the final score, 38-24. Alex Golish, his first win as the head of Bulls Nation.
Byron Brown did a great job making some plays tonight at quarterback for South Florida. The defense was putting Jeremy Musa under duress all night long, forcing 4 turnovers, forced another one on special teams. Alex Golish getting that first win as a head coach. I'm sure there will be many more for him as he starts to build this program in South Florida.
Were moments tonight. South Florida in the second quarter hampered a bit by penalties. The third quarter, again, they were backed up. Chance to respond. Byron Brown came up big. There were moments in this game they could